Hello everybody, welcome to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob and I'm here to play some Lord of the Rings, the living card game. We're checking out another starter deck. We're playing with the Defenders of Gondor starter deck, is what it's officially called. And this is a product for Lord of the Rings, the living card game published by Fantasy Flight Games. It's a good way to add some player cards to your pool. It's a good way to start off with a pre-built deck. It's a good way to have a friend join you at the table without messing with your collection by giving them a deck to play. We've been looking at the other decks. There's 4 that were released earlier this year, about 3 months ago. So you should still be able to find them. And we've just been going through playing each one. The pre-constructed deck inside, they come with extra cards. You can manipulate the deck, extra heroes you can swap out. So you can do some deck building with what comes in the package, but we have just been playing with the standalone pre-constructed deck list that comes in it and not modifying it at all, and then trying it in true solo against the other product that was re-released earlier this year, the Dark of Mirkwood, the 2 standalone scenarios that can be played as a mini campaign. So today we're doing the Defenders of Gondor. In 2 days we are streaming the Riders of Rohan to finish out the series. If you're looking for those videos, the previous ones, the next one, to set a reminder, there is a link down below. Just expand the video description, and there is a playlist link there that you can find our other series videos for this. Thank you. Hello everybody. What's the problem? I don't see there's a problem in the chat. There's some jokes. I don't know. Robulf. Yeah, we got to come up with a name. I still need to get a beard though. I need to get the white beard. We'll go all out. And so I need a gray cloak because I don't really have any like dark gray shirts. But I mean to have this hat nearby. It's like tied to this game now. Originally the wizard hat was a thing that was like I need to wear it when we play Uthia. But that's a board game that I don't know if we'll ever play again on the channel. We'll see. Awkward RIP, rest in peace, moment of silence for Uthia. But we had some of you viewers were donating, trying to get a hat, a wizard hat, and then after many weeks of problems, we finally found an official Hobbit hat on Amazon.com, I think. Yeah, I had it like imported, paid extra fees for the duty and the customs and all that. Yeah, it was a pretty pricey hat in the end, but I think it was worth it because it showed up on the day we unboxed the heavily delayed starter decks. The unboxing stream, it showed up literally like an hour and a half before that stream started. So since I wasn't planned, like that was supposed to come like a week later, but it was like a sign that, even though Uthia's like not a thing on the channel, the hats, since we got a Lord of the Rings official, movie hat or whatever, licensed hat or whatever, and it showed up on the day we were unboxing the Lord of the Rings starter decks that are full of Gandalfs, it just made sense. Oh, I was muted? Okay. I was muted on your end, though. So I think we're okay. Yeah, so poor Uthia. But now this hat is now forever tied to Lord of the Rings themed games, which is great, because we plan on playing a bunch of Lord of the Rings themed games, including the, how do you say it again? Agmar Awakened, something like that. That expansion. Whenever it comes out with the campaign cards, we'll play that on the channel too. So if you are looking for more Lord of the Rings, the living card game, you found the right channel. Some high quality. I mean, the video's high quality. The gameplay, no promises. The deck building, the decks we play with, no promises. But the video quality, the streaming quality, should be considered high quality. Everything else, though, myself, all that is not guaranteed to be high quality, but you know what I mean. But yeah, we will be playing more Lord of the Rings later. We have the Ring of Power show coming out on Amazon later this year, which Amazon hopefully didn't mess it up. And yeah, so around that time, I know I'll get all excited. I'll get into it just like I do when, every time a Game of Thrones season came out, I got all excited, wanted to play with games related to it and, get all into it. So yeah, we'll see. Quality of the company is also questionable, yes. Rob the Ranting Wizard, yes. Okay, all right. Dan, I like that name. I'm sorry, Jan. I think it's better than Garobulf, because I'm not going to be able to remember that or say that. So we need a new name. Oh man. Patrick C says, I'd love to see you play the Battle of Five Armies again. Like the board game or the scenario in the living card game? Which one do you mean, Patrick? And we like just played that. That's crazy. I don't know if we'll ever play that again on stream, to be honest. We got to play War of the Ring on stream. That's the next one. Before I ever touch Battle of the Five Armies again, I would play War of the Ring. Oh, the board game. Yeah, yeah. No, I think we're good with the playthrough we have of the Battle of Five Armies, the board game. I feel like it's just kind of good. We made a playthrough of it. It's not the most popular game, but yeah, definitely War of the Ring. I've never played with any of the expansions yet, so I'd love to relearn that game. No, sorry. I would love to play that game again and learn the expansions. I don't want to relearn that game. That's not fun, but hopefully we'll play that later in September. But we'll see, we'll see. Robolf? Robolf could work. All right. I've linked the deck list that I'm playing with today, the actual deck. You can see the package contents of it all in this link. It's a ringsdb.com link that's down in the video description also, where you can see the other cards that come in the pack, not just the deck. So you can kind of take a look at it. And it looks like by default, it's lots of purple. So we got leadership, a little sprinkle of tactics, and just a pinch of neutral cards. Okay. So this is basically a leadership deck, the default deck. Of course, you can swap in Baragond or Faramir and mess with that, mess with the color pie of the deck. They do give you some more red and some green cards, even more purple cards if you want to mess with that even. But the default deck you see here, lots of purple, little red. So again, like the focus is leadership. I feel like even when we play like a leadership with a couple lore heroes, it feels like leadership's like, the foundation of the deck, which I know it's not always that way. It just feels that way. But anyways, there's the deck. You can check it out in the video description. There's a link if you want to look at the deck, see what's in it, look at it while we're playing, kind of look up cards, But the keys to the deck. Okay. All right. Let's gather around, children. We're going to have a little story time about my journey with this deck so far. So I've played it 4 times. I've lost once. I realized even this morning, I played a game of it and I realized I was missing a trigger. There's a trigger and I made it way harder on myself, but I still did pretty good, but it was challenging. I think even the one I lost, I probably shouldn't have lost because I didn't have enough money to pay for a card to lower my threat. So I threaded out because I was playing the fun game of this deck has like a thing where you want to be at 40 or higher threat and a bunch of your cards get buffed up and do cool things. But there's a risk. You have a card that can actually, it's free if you go to 40 threat. I should actually show the card. That would make more sense. Where is it? It's one of these. No. Where is it? It's an event, right? This one, Pillars of the Kings. Okay. While your threat is less than 40, you reduce the cost of this 4-cost card by 4. So it becomes free. So if you want to get to 40 threat, so it's awesome if you're at like 39 or 38 or something, it's like, oh, cool. I can just jump to 40, not a big deal. But then a bunch of your other cards get buffed up. You also get to draw a card if you raised your threat. But this also card can get you out of jail because if you're at like 49 threat, 48 threat, 47, and you could lose the game, you can pay 4 for this card. It lowers your threat. You don't get any card draw. And if for some reason you're a nut and you lowered your threat like to 30 or less, and you played this for free and jumped yourself all the way back up to 40, you could draw 4 cards instead of just 1 card. And you don't get to draw a card if you lower your threat. So this card is very messy. I've never played with it before until I started playing with this deck. This whole going to 40 threat scares me because like the whole game, that's your timer on the game. Like that's a loss condition. And your threat meter could be the difference between winning or losing or having a few more rounds and that kind of stuff. And there's a whole balance of like, tanking a quest phase to have your threat go up. Don't worry, Gandalf can show up later, maybe lower it for you, or maybe have other tricks. But this deck doesn't have any other tricks to lower your threat, except for 2 Gandalfs. Boo, boo, should always be 3. Okay, so they're screwing us again in the starter deck here by only giving us 2 Gandalfs. You don't do that with new player decks. You put 3 in. This is kind of They're kind of being bad. Very bad, actually. Also, okay, so I lost because I had that card in hand. I was 1 money short. I thought I could go another round. And there was a card from the encounter deck that came out attached to my hero who didn't have enough money to get the attachment off. And it raised my threat by 2 at the end of the round. And I couldn't stop it. So I lost. I just need to go one more round, or if I had one more resource. And what I keep forgetting is Mablung. So today, if you guys can remind me, we'll show the true power of this deck, because I literally have triggered this once in the 4 games I played. Maybe once per game, I remember I should say. Once per game, I should say. After you engage an enemy, so that's whether they engage you or you engage them, doesn't matter. That's still you engaging. Add 1 resource to Mablung's resource pool. Limit once per phase. This game, these 2 scenarios we'll play today will have enemies engaging us in other phases also. And I remembered this trigger like once a game. Early in the game when I'm trying to build up my board. Later I totally forget, so then I can't afford certain events I want to play. I can't get out as many characters as I want. I can't afford my 4 costs to reduce my threat. I can't get Gandalf into place quick enough. And let me tell you with this deck, this here is another offensive design choice, okay? No, this product in general, this is an FU to the player and the purchaser. I know you're supposed to have a core set. I know you're already supposed to have Steward of Gondors in your collection, but let's say you don't. Let's say your friend shows up, you just give them this pack, you let them play with it, you don't want them touching your cards, or they buy this pack, they show up to game night at the board game store, and they're like, I bought this, I want to join you guys in a game session. You know, sure, somebody might have an extra Steward of Gondor to lend them, but that means you're bringing cards from your collection to like trade and, you know, borrow and remember to get back and all that stuff. No. Okay? There's only 2 Steward of Gondors in this deck. And yes, after playing it 4 times, you know how many times I saw this card that I drew into it and was able to have it in my hand? In a 60 card deck or 50 card deck? What is it, 50 cards? One time I drew it. I've seen it discarded off my deck. I've seen it pulled up when I'm, you know, looking at the top 5 cards to put an ally into play or something like that. But I got it one time and it was the second to last round of the game. So I had it in my hand, I drew it, and the game ended the next round. I won, no big deal, and I never needed it. So, twofold, it's been pretty tight games, and I think it's my fault because I forget this trigger of getting money, and FFG's fault for not putting 3 copies of Steward of Gondor, because my God, if I get a copy of Steward of Gondor in early in the game, and 3 copies mean out of 50 card deck, you're gonna see it more often, right? So, what I would tell you is if you're playing with this after my 4 games, I know it's just 4 games, and today we're gonna see Steward of Gondor, it's gonna come out the first turn, and we're gonna be like, oh my God. But literally, I've never been able to have it in my hand to even play it, except for 1 of the 4 games I played. You just don't draw into it, it's just the thing. I don't know why, it's just my luck. But obviously, Steward of Gondor, if you see that early in the game, you're just gonna have money coming out of everywhere, and you're never gonna have a problem playing whatever. Your hand's gonna be nice and small, and all your draw effects will just be that much more juicy because you'll be able to play stuff. So, and the deck is centered around your heroes holding resources. So while Boromir has at least 1 resource in his resource pool, Gondor allies get +1 attack. Okay, Visionary Leadership, which thankfully there's 3 of, because this is a key to the deck. If you don't see this, and I've had a couple games where I didn't see this till like at least halfway through, if not later. While attached hero has at least 1 resource in its resource pool, Gondor characters get +1 willpower. And this is characters, not just allies. So you can get the extra willpower on questing. So you need this Visionary Leadership, okay? And it costs 2 to get this attachment out. It is unique, so you can only have 1. And it's nice, you could attach it on Mablung, but then if you're not remembering to trigger his engagement thing, you know, or you still have to leave 1 resource because you want that quest, you know? So I was just putting in like Boromir so he could hold 1, and then that 1 resource can also use his ability plus Visionary Leadership. But yeah, if you don't see Visionary Leadership early, sad panda. Steward of Gondor obviously make the deck better, but I can't tell you what it's like to have it in play early. I've just never seen it happen, which is why you always put 3 of that card in your deck if you're ever going to play it. Unless you're playing with multiplayer and you have other players at the table who also have like 2 of in their deck, because only 1 can go and play for the whole table. So if you're playing like 3 or 4 player and everyone's kind of have them in their deck, maybe you only put 2 in your deck because someone's bound to see it, right? You think? Someone's bound to see it, you know? Maybe 1 gets discarded from an effect in the game. You know, the treachery deck messes with you, or the encounter deck. But yeah, that's my experience with it. So yeah, it's a defensive deck. It's got good defensive strategy. You need pieces to make it a good attacking deck and a good questing deck. So you're relying on cards in the deck for that. And yeah, you're okay with guys leaving play and dying because there are cards in the game that benefit from characters leaving play, like they ready up or you get some money, stuff like that. So you'll see that in play here. Okay, enough of that. Oh, me. It's gonna get warm. Gonna get warm in here. All right. Yeah, no 3 Gandalfs. So we're already, and it's a deck where you need your threat to be dropped, right? If you're messing around. So only having 2 Gandalfs, if you get them early and like, you kind of don't want to drop your threat till late game because you want to hit that 40 to get the card benefits. So sometimes I had Gandalf come early and then I just like used them to lower my threat, which did buy me time in the game. It was nice, but it just meant longer I was going until I hit that 40. So, but then again, if that other card shows up, you can set yourself to 40. So, but it's like, it's got to all line up, but it's cool. Every game felt kind of a little different based on the allies I saw and those event cards I saw and whether I saw my attachments early or late. You just got to kind of make things work. So again, here's Boromir. Gondor, warrior, noble. While Boromir has at least 1 resource in his resource pool, Gondor allies get +1 attack. Okay. That's leadership. We have another leadership hero, Prince Imrahil. Okay, he's got juicy stats. But again, they're 11. Like crank it up to 11 right here. Look at this. Like, again, you want your threat to get to 40. So playing big threat costed heroes is like, you know, part of the theme of the deck, right? So we're already 22 there. And this guy, as a response, after a character leaves play, ready Prince Imrahil. Limit once per round, though. Okay, only once per round. So if you have a whole bunch of enemies ripping your allies apart, he can't keep readying up to help, you know, defend or fight or whatever. So once. And then here's Moblong, which I will totally forget this. Hopefully remember this, limit once per phase. Even that, I always thought it was once per round. So that time I triggered it in you know, those once a game, I could have probably triggered even the same round and just forgot about it. It's just once per phase. So I've never played with this guy. I don't even know if I own this guy and before I got this pack. So yeah, he's a cool hero. Like, man, 2/2/2 and a 4, great stats. But he does come at the 10 threat cost. So we're at 32. We're starting threat, right? 32 starting threat. So it's a little high, but I think we're okay because again, it's themed around going high in threat and has 4 cards basically to help you reduce threat. And yeah, that's that, I think. There was, I just have to make sure I get out that one card. I was just playing with it on the second scenario today. Oh yeah, that's another one. I am playing with the misprinted versions that come in the pack of the Envoy of Peligreer. I do not want to go through my collection to try to find the corrected versions. So we're going to play with the awesome versions that you get. It's like, this is their kind of making up for not giving you 3 Gandalfs or 3 Steward of Gondors. They gave you this bonus instead. So you get like an extra health on the Envoy of Peligreer. So I'm playing with it that way as printed, just because they didn't give me 3 Steward of Gondors and 3 Gandalfs. So that's me fighting back, you know, fighting back against the man. All right. Oh, we got to shuffle this deck good. I see cards that shouldn't be beside each other. This one, yeah. We don't get this card yet, right? This is still the second quest, I think. So we'll just throw that to the side for now. Actually, I'll throw it with the second quest, right? It's no time to waste. Yeah, that's on the second quest. Okay. Of course, I went with the purple sleeves. We're playing a leadership deck, kind of like a royally shiny purple. Kind of made sense with the Gondor, you know, nobles, leadership. So that was my decision on sleeve color for anyone keeping track on why I choose my sleeve colors. Hey guys, how's it going? Who's the weirdo with the hat? Oh, it's Rob. Hey, jackpot man. Yogi says the truth here. Old Fantasy Flight games would have had 1 Steward of Gondor in a starter deck, and then you'd need to go buy 3 copies of it to get all the copies you need to actually play, you know, correctly against the game's difficulty, you know, to have the tools you need to properly win the game a decent amount of times. And yeah, 1 Gandalf, 1 Steward of Gondor, you know, cards that, 1 copy of cards that like need other things that aren't in the pack that like, you know, it's a whole bunch of one-ofs. So it's like you never see them combo together because you don't draw them enough. But if you buy 3 of this product, you can mix them all together. Thankfully, they're not doing that anymore as much. So it's nice. But yeah, I remember those days. I remember those days. Yeah, Dan says like a rare slot. So like 1 Gandalf or Stuart of Gondor at random. Yeah, you have like commons, uncommon, rare, you know, majestics and legendaries and all that. So it's like, maybe I got a Gandalf today in my starter deck. No thanks. Hey, Kanji. Kate, you only bought 3 cores? Man, you obviously were only playing solo. I'm just kidding. I definitely had at least 6 core sets. I think it might have been more, but at least 6. I just kept throwing away the boxes, so I couldn't keep track. But I remember I'd like build for 2 people, and I made sure I bought at least 2, maybe 3, because of the count of Gandalfs and whatnot. And then I remember when like Justin started playing with us, so that I bought another 1 or 2. And then Kyle started playing with us to do 4-player. When I'm building these 4-player decks, I would like build a deck and try to put in certain cards. And then I'm like, wait a second. I only have so many of this card for the core set. And I need it in 2 decks or 3 decks or Gandalf in 4 decks. And literally I just stopped building, go to the local store and just buy another core set and just like keep adding it. So I couldn't keep track because I bought all my core sets over a few months. Kate has 4, picked up 1 from someone selling theirs. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle a little better, break some of this up, do a little pile shuffle. Try to get that Stuart of Gondor like right to the top. I've not played with it out first, so it might be too much, but again, I never remembered Moblung, so I was really harming myself by playing that way, because that extra money from Moblung might have made up for not having the Stuart of Gondors. So maybe like play testing the deck, it probably works without seeing it, so 2 Stuart of Gondors is probably okay. But yeah, you know, you always play with 3 in the deck if you're going to play with it. And the crazy part is, I don't even think they give you a 3rd in the pack. No, in the sideboard, they do not give you another one that I see in the attachments. Yeah, so they just assume you have a revised core set. You know, you need at least 1 core set, they say, to play with this starter deck. So they assume you have one, where you can get Stuart of Gondors from there. But yeah, it's just really doesn't give you an extra. Because again, this product is perfect to have somebody just buy it at a game store and go play with you, you know, without messing with your collection or your friends' collections. They could just join you at the table, you know, play with the deck. It's like the beauty of these starter decks, at least in Arkham. And the beauty of the ones in Marvel Champions, like basically every hero pack you buy is like, you know, even the campaign expansions come with the pre-constructed decks, right? And sometimes extra player cards to switch out, you know, some things, but I don't think it's enough to really tweak, but these do, so it's like just weird. It'd be nice to give the player like, you know, that extra, just to kind of like, maybe even like they should throw in the extra Gandalf and extra Stuart of Gondor in the sideboard at least, so you can just kind of like have the player kind of learn the game and kind of like, wait, what if I try to take out this one card that I don't really like playing that much in the scenario? Let me put it in another one of these, you know, and let them start tweaking a little bit, tweak the deck just slightly. Okay, let's see how we do. Let's see this Defenders, or the Gondor, Defenders of Gondor, messing with 40 threat, characters leaving play, you know, keeping money in our heroes' resource piles to get extra effects. All right, now serious talk here, okay? We are playing campaign mode as voted on, you know, in the first episode when we were playing the original episode with the elf deck. So we're just going to keep it consistent. We need to know, and I'm only going to look at 2 here because as much like healing is fine, like we don't have healing, so this could be legit taking this card for some heal if things are going bad, but I haven't when I played my 4 games and we've been okay. Okay. And we don't need a lore resource at this point because we're just playing the pre-constructed deck, only as tactics and leadership. We have the Power of Spirit. Exhaust attached hero to place 3 progress on a location. Again, the second quest, that could be very relevant. Could be very relevant. But if we get our questing going with that Visionary Leadership attachment, we should be able to keep the location lock at bay and kind of keep progressing, questing, you know, active location destroying, all that kind of stuff. We should be okay. And you have the torch in that second scenario to kind of help you get out of jail a little bit. Well, I mean, not necessarily, but could help you a little bit. So we're not gonna worry about those ones. Now, I played with this one I've been playing with because I just grabbed this one. I figured let's get an extra, actually I played with both of these. So this one I played with to give us an extra tactics resource. I just figured I like to put this on, let's say, Boromir, who's holding a resource so that he buffs up the attack of my Gondor allies. And if I get Visionary Leadership on him and he's holding a resource for, you know, the quest phase, all the Gondor characters are getting +1 willpower. And then later, you know, you're in combat and you need to play a feint, but the only resource you have is sitting on Boromir. Well, at that point, maybe spend it. Maybe you're not so much worried about the attacking. You just need to stop a big enemy from hitting you, you know? And it gives you that flexibility of like, we could give it to Boromir so he could spend that resource or resources sitting on him to help get, you know, those allies into play or play some of the, there's also another event. There's 2 events, I think, that cost 1 from tactics. One that readies a, I think a character, gives them +1 defense for the rest of the round. And then there's feint that stops an enemy from attacking. So sometimes you just you don't know if you need those for the round, but it's nice to have 1 tactics resource sitting there somewhere waiting for you, right? Plus, we know there's big baddies in the second scenario, and we've already seen this come into play. You deal 1 damage to the hero, deal 3 damage to an enemy engaged with you, limit once per the campaign. That could help us beat the final guy in the final scenario. That can help us beat one of those big troll guys that just, you know, have 4 defense and 6 health, I think. And, you know, sometimes the enemies can pile up. This can just help, you know, release that pressure, get rid of an enemy off the board, or break through some big shields and help us survive. So there's twofold why I would pick that one. And then there's my classes, the best one I feel if you need leadership. So again, our deck is like way more purple than, let's say, our elf one was. I think that had 2 lore heroes, or that was our dwarf, I can't remember. But it was pretty even between purple and green, right? This one is very skewed purple, very skewed leadership versus tactics. So I could put this on Moblung, who could give a leadership resource. Now I'm very flexible in playing purple cards, no problem. I should not have a problem getting them into play. It's just the tactics resource I've kind of like, I'm relying on Moblung, but Moblung can make extra resources while enemies engage with me if I properly use it and remember to trigger it once per phase, okay? So if he's getting all these extra resources, why not make some that are leadership? That will help pay for purple cards. That will help me keep money on Boromir, so his effects are always in play. And also I could spend 1 resource from Moblung once per campaign to ready up a hero, which could help defend or attack or something against one of those big bosses. So not having this, I know it's not the same, like damage is better than same strength and attack because you have to deal with shields for attacking, but dealing damage you don't. But this one I think I'm going to take. I'm going to try this one. I think. Yeah, because if I remember Moblung's trigger, I think it's a better play, right? And I forgot to mention, there are some cards in here that help you move resources from one hero to another. So if this guy's generating so much money, of course we'd love a way to make us spend it. If we don't have red cards to play, we know we're gonna have purple or neutral, so we can play that, right? But this will help us play purple cards. And then if we need to move money to Boromir so his effect is in play, we can also do that. So I think that's the play, but I think you could go either way. I played with this one, I think 3 times out of the 4 games I played, and this did twice was relevant with the damage, but the tactics resource actually was more helpful than I thought it would be because I put it on Boromir, and he was just holding money, and even if it's only money that's on the table, he is able to play some of those tactics events at the right time to help out. But I think I want to try it this way. And the only reason I'm not doing a poll and like trying to decide, we're going to try to play a little quicker today. No, not play quicker, sorry. I'm going to cut out some other things because we do have a stream later at 6:30, assuming Kyle's still coming, and playing Star Wars Imperial Assault, which I do have to like rearrange the basement to set up for that. So I do need like an hour between streams to set up and clean up this stuff, and probably more than that because I should eat and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so we can only play till probably like 4:30. So we have about 4-ish hours from now, which should be enough time to play the first and second scenario, no problem. But I did notice playing 4 times with this deck, it is a little slower because it's a more defensive style deck and building up, and the threat needs to go higher, which just generally leads to a longer game. This isn't kind of like a race deck, I've noticed. So the play will be a little longer. And if we lose a scenario, I'd like to be able to replay it if we have time. So I'm just going to skip that kind of stuff to help us. So we have to shuffle the Stalking Goblin in because we took that attachment according to our campaign card. So we'll shuffle him in. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, we didn't draw our starting hand. Let's see what we get. Let's see how today's going to be. Okay, see, no Steward of Gondor. Okay, we got this guy who kind of only gets really good once we get to 40 threat. This, which we're not going to play till later in the game, if our threat's 40 or higher. Readies all characters I control. I think we have 2 of these. I've never had this line up correctly at the right time to use it to kind of pull out the game, but maybe that lines up today and makes the game shorter because, you know, just like kind of like the Ready All Dwarfs thing we were doing. Foe Hammer for some draw, but we need a weapon for that. Well, we got a weapon, so this is relevant, like having this, some card draw, a weapon right away. But again, we don't have Visionary Leadership. Visionary Leadership is 3 of in the deck. I've noticed that my games are much harder if I don't see that early. So even more than Steward of Gondor, which I think is why they have 3 of that in there. I have this guy that could come into play, and you draw the top 5 cards of your deck, search for them, looking for a Gondor ally. If your threat is 40 or higher, you actually get to grab all the Gondor allies you see. And I've had this hit 4 Gondor allies, 3 or 4 like consistently. If you play this after you hit 40 threat. So we kind of want to see this guy later in the game. Kind of, but he is good early because it helps you like just draw into your deck, thin your deck out, get more allies. Because you should at least find 1. But this guy is a great starter card. This guy's great to see early to help you stabilize your board. He defends for 4. I freaking love this card. This is one of my favorite cards in the early card pool of this game. Man, this is one of my favorite characters or allies. I love this card. I just love it. And yeah, so we got 3 of those in the deck. Always great to see. I have some fond memories playing this. Playing some Gondor decks in the past. So good times. So this is doable, but again, without Visionary Leadership and my love of Steward of Gondor, I want to throw it away. If we had Visionary Leadership, I would keep it no matter what else is there. But we're going to throw it away. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do it. Come on, Visionary Leadership. We got to Squire the Citadel. Oh no, we got 2. Need drives them. Those are cards we do not need till later in the game, if at all. So those are kind of dead for now, I think. We got Visionary Leadership, thankfully. We got the card that we could raise our threat to 40 if we need. If we could drop our threat down to like 30, I would do this to raise it to 40 to draw 4 cards. And play it for free, but it's not guaranteed. And we got a Feint, which it is relevant early to help keep us like alive and be stable. If we have a kind of like a dirty enemy show up that could be killing our allies that we haven't like built enough to quest properly, we could do that. All right. So, So let's get our money and draw our card. I think, oh yeah, I should talk about the setup for the scenario. So again, for this one, search the encounter deck for 1 copy of the Eves of Mirkwood and Goblin Troop. So Eves of Mirkwood, it's just sitting there for 2 threat right now. While it's the active location, encounter card effects cannot be canceled. I don't think we have cancel, so we don't care. And we have this goblin troop just sitting off to the side out of play. They're like the boss we'll see later, which again is why that tactics attachment from the campaign cards could be good, but we're not playing with it. Just for that guy, like right away. Okay, set them aside out of play. And then we have 9 is after the raid to progress. Oh, and we got to track our rounds. I'll just put that there for now. We'll start tracking our rounds at the end. At the end of every round, we need to remember that. And we need to remember this, the 2 things I know I've forgotten playing multiple times. Okay, so visionary leadership. See, now that we have 3 technically leadership heroes, because of the attachment on this guy, we're able to play a visionary leadership and a squire of the citadel right off the start, where normally we wouldn't even be able to get an ally in. So I think that's the play. This is, oh yeah, I forgot to draw my card. I didn't draw my card. I got my money, didn't draw my card. Okay, let's see what we get. Oh, hello, Defender of Vermas. Okay, now I wish we took the tactics attachment so we could play this guy instead. Because that'd be a good start. But we'll just play this guy. And we'll play Visionary Leadership. And we're going to keep nothing, unfortunately. But if you noticed, when this guy leaves play, so when he dies, which we know will happen at some point, we add 1 resource to a Gondor hero's resource pool. So we could add 1 to this guy, and then that would buff up Gondor characters' willpower and allies' attack power for Gondor characters, or allies, I should say. Okay, questity quest. So right now I don't have the extra. So I think we're going to do this. Quest for 4. Do I put him in? Just an extra 1. Like if he dies, this guy readies. So as long as only 1 enemy shows up, but it could surge. I think there's surging enemies, but maybe not. We don't need to go that aggressive. We kind of want to build up a board here in the first one, so I think we're okay. Hey, Greg. Okay, so let's just do 4. Oh, look who showed up. So we got our Stalking Goblin already. After he engages you, search the encounter deck and discard pile from your collection in that order. For a Goblin Sniper, add it to the staging area, shuffle the deck. Okay, so travel, sure. Oh yeah, sorry, we didn't, it's 4 and 4, we're push. Push. Then we travel. Okay, engagement. Okay, when he engages us, we're gonna find a Goblin Sniper. There's 1. Okay, we're gonna shuffle. Okay. Got that guy in the staging area. Here we go. All right. Okay, we'll defend with this guy. I think is the play. Yep. Oh no! Attacking enemy makes an additional attack immediately after this one. Deal a new shadow card for that attack. Okay, so this guy's dead. After he leaves play, add 1 resource to a Gondor hero's resource pool. Well, let me check my hand. Maybe there's something we need to play. Maybe we need to play Feint, right? But it says immediately after. Hold on, let me figure out the timing on this. Immediately after this one, deal a new shadow card. I think after shadow cards are dealt, though, I have an action window. I think so. But it does say they make it immediately after this. So that is that like in the same window? I don't know. I don't really want to look it up, but I'm not sure. Okay. So I could play Feint to stop this guy from attacking. But we can't kill him anyway. And after that guy leaves play, this guy readies up. So I could just defend with this guy. Oh, we could kill him if we do play Feint, but I feel like I want to hold Feint for a more serious situation. Okay, so let's just defend here. And we're going to give the resource to Boromir. But it's only Gondor allies, which we don't have any. So we'll block for 2. Are you serious? 2 in a row? He's gonna make another attack? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, this is awkward. Okay, so he blocks it fully. Wow. All right, we're not even gonna fight this. We're just gonna defend. This guy's like putting on the pressure. This stalking goblin won't leave us alone. I gotta call the police. Holy, get out of my bushes. Wow. Okay, yeah, we'll just eat this one. Or defend. Shadow, deal 1 damage to an exhausted character you control. Like, wow, I've never seen the scenario start off like this. This is crazy. This is like intense. We'll just give 1 to Boromir, I guess. Oh my god. And then this guy, he's got to deal a damage out somewhere. Let's throw it here. Okay, well, we survived, but that was nuts. At least we know the surging enemy is not going to be showing up during quest phases for a while. Woo! I love how it, like, I play this multiple times off stream, try the deck out, play a couple of different scenarios, play them each twice, and then like play it on stream and it's like, whoa, this I've not seen happen. Or play the same pack, the Shadows of Mirkwood. How many times we played it on stream? Like when we played it 2-player, I've played it solo now on stream a few times, and played it off stream every time between streams. And like, just, this is the beauty of these LCGs, these cooperative LCGs, just card games in general, right? The whole, you know, we got a random deck here and a random deck here, and just how things time and all the decision points in the game, and how it just changes. Like, it makes the game, you know, the ebbs and flows happen at different times and feel different. I don't know, it's hard to describe, but you get what I'm saying. It's just cool how, like, wow, okay, this is not, like, I haven't seen this happen. This is great. And how many times I've played it. This is what I'm saying. This is why these games are lifestyle games. They become addictive. And it's just so fun getting more cards in your card pool to just add to the craziness. I think it's great. But anyways, game's awesome, by the way, if you didn't know. All right. At least in my opinion. My opinion only. Might not be awesome for you. Okay, so we're going up. Threat, 33. Drawing a card. Envoy of Peligreer. Okay, we're playing with the souped up version. And this, after the interplay, add 1 resource to a Gondor or a Noble Hero's resource pool. Let's get some money. Oh yeah, we got to add 1 at the end of the round to the Oath. Campaign card. Oh, see? Did someone remember Moblung? Did anyone say? Dan, you already forgot to get the money for Engage. Dan, like I said, I played this deck 4 times and remembered to trigger this like probably 3 or 4 times. So I told you I'm going to keep forgetting because I'm not, for some reason it won't click. It's like I'm just not used to it. I played with this guy before, I played with this guy before, like years ago, but somehow this guy and this effect, I just don't think of that triggers. I need to play with more Engage stuff to remember. So I did get Engaged. This guy should have an extra, right? Yeah. All right. Okay, we got it. We're good. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, feel free to remind me, like, you know, I'm told you I'm going to forget, so I'm not like embarrassed. Like I'm being open and honest. It's a thing. And these 2, I've been pretty good with this on stream, but I know I forget it off stream because I just get going in the flow, and it's not every scenario you have to track end of the round counters, right? Okay. What is the play? I'd love to get both these allies into play, which could happen, and we'd still have a resource on Boromir. I think that's the play, and we'd even have an extra. So we'll play this one for 2. I'll just spend it here and then put a resource back from her effect. And then this guy, we will play with these 2. Okay. And we don't have a tactics resource sitting up for feint. So we just got to remember that. Yet, but this guy's effect should make it more possible to play it, if I remember it. But again, we might not have an enemy engage us this time. All right, questing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are the odds of another enemy showing up? Like I have one defender for this guy, but I might leave this guy up for defense. I know this guy could ready up if somebody dies, but I don't think someone will die, so let's just do that. Let's just go with 5. Another enemy. So when revealed, we discard the top card of each player's deck. Please don't be Steward of Gondor. Nope, it is behind strong walls. So this guy gets +1 to his threat. So we have 4 in the staging area. We did 5, so 1 will go here. Okay. Oh, okay. Engagements. All right, let's just defend against this guy for 2 with 4. Deal 1 damage to a character you control. Okay, lay off, man, lay off. Well, good thing I have an Envoy of Pelagri that has 2 health. Let me just put one right there. How many Lord of the Rings hardcore players are losing it right now? And if you're watching later, leave it in the comments below. If this is triggering you, I gotcha, because that's why I'm doing it. So hopefully you're very triggered. You can write the proofreaders at Fantasy Flight Games about that, because I'm going to play with it and I'm going to troll you guys. Proofreading, let's blame, send an angry email to Riley Miller, who is proofreading, okay? Riley Miller, you suck at your job. Okay, there you go. You've been called out. All right. Okay. Let's just say this one's undefended. He only hits for 1, but he could draw something that gives him extra attack. And if he gets up to 4, we're in trouble. I think there's one that gives +2 attack for how many goblins are engaged with you. Or +1 attack for each goblin engaged with you. So this guy could get up to 3. You guys don't have to yell. I'll look at the chat. It's all good. There we go. We got it. We got it. Yogi, when you were putting those, you know, colon and rolling eyes colon or like, do you have one of those like Twitch TV plugins and you're seeing those emojis, or are you just like kind of making fun of those emojis, like those Chrome plugins people use to get like different animated emojis? I'm just curious. Or are you just like typing it out trolling with the rolling eyes instead of just clicking the rolling eyes emoji or using the, you know, old school emoji text? I'm just curious. Why does Riley Miller suck at his job? Because the Envoy of Pelagri should only have 1 health. Plus, there's like 6 other typos and things that are in these starter decks. But that's like the most glaring one. There's a couple in the dwarf deck, I think, that are like, or in the elf deck, that are responses when they should be actions. Oh, the Google chat messes up the colon shortcut. Oh, okay. I'm typing the colon and then R plus enter. And it's picking the BTTV emote instead of Google. Oh, okay, okay. Hey, Jonathan, how's it going? We're playing with the Defenders of Gondor. So we're playing with the men, humans. I don't know, not dwarves or elves today. So yeah, so we got our money from engagement. Again, we'll see how many times I remember. It'll be less times than the amount of times I forget this trigger. It is optional. It's not forced. So technically I could be choosing not to trigger it. Yeah, that's the story I'll go with. Okay. So I am going to... do I risk it? Do I risk it? Yeah. Probably shouldn't. Yep, I'll risk it. No defenders. Nothing. So we take 1 damage on a hero. Let's just put 1 here on Boromir. All right. Boromir can attack for 3 and 5. We'll just take out the stalking goblin for now. And then we need 1 damage from this guy at the end of the round. We'll just put one. We'll put 1 more here. Okay. We're going up to threat 34. We'll draw a card. Valiant Sword. Okay. And we'll get some money. And we got to check this up. Okay. So Valiant Sword could give us +1 attack to the attached noble hero. It's restricted and limit 1 per hero, but could get 2 attack if your threat is 40 or higher. But is like our only weapon that works with Foehammer in the deck, which we don't have Foehammer right now, but who's going to be an attacker that we should attach this to if we should play it? I think we should play it. I mean, this guy readies up and could be an attacker, but that's only if an ally leaves play. Boromir, I kind of leave standing and kind of use him for attack because he only has like 1 quest power. So maybe I throw it on Boromir. Yeah. We'll throw it there. All right. Okay. I mean, man, where's our allies? This sucks. Okay. What are we gonna do? I mean, let's quest for 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Let's just quest for 5. Forest Gate. Oh, that's a good one. It's a good one. It'll help us draw cards. We need to draw cards. Thank you. Encounter deck. Okay, so 4 is in here. We have 5. 1 goes here, gets rid of this. Great. Travel. Done. No engagement this time. Oh yeah, we can engage this guy, right? Yeah, let's engage him. We'll get him money. I remembered. Because he's the only one in the staging area, we can do that. Okay. Let's defend. Defend here for 4. Attacking enemy gets +1 attack for each goblin enemy engaged with you. So he's actually attacking for 4. We defend for 4, so we're good. I think I'm going to go unopposed on this one. It's risky. Yeah, I'll do it unopposed. Okay, nothing. It's the other goblin sniper. No shadow effect, thankfully. We'll put 1 damage here. And yeah, we'll just kill them back. So this guy will kill here. And then we'll attack for 4 here, which takes this guy out. Oh, I forgot the traveling cards. Yes, thank you. We should have 2 extra cards, which is this one we drew. So this is the one I was talking about. Behind strong walls, ready defending Gondor character. That character gets +1 defense till the end of the phase. And then we have the Soldier of Gondor. So this guy will help us get some allies going. Not as many as we'd like, but hopefully 1 extra ally in our hand, which will get it going. That's good. End of the round, we'll raise our threat to 35. Draw another card. Increase this. Get more money. Yeah. No money problems this time. But again, I have like a very small board. Oh, we got another one. So we have 2 of them. Okay, so let's pay leadership. Here we'll drop this guy down to 1. Okay, we'll search the top 5. Yeah, Dan. It's definitely the memory of a goldfish, kind of, but it's also like playing on stream, trying to explain everything. I can stop talking and play quiet and forget you guys are there, and I'll remember stuff. But yeah, I appreciate your help, Dan. But it's a thing on stream for sure. But I know I do forget these triggers off stream because I caught it on myself. Like, and yeah, I have no problem admitting it. But yeah, definitely streaming and explaining card by card. Totally, like, if you're playing at home, just something so you guys know, like, I'm okay. I forget stuff in general, but it is harder to play one of these games and keep track of everything. When every time you draw a new card or something happens in the game, you have to kind of like talk about it, and sometimes you have to stop and show it off just to help new players kind of learn the game and stuff. But then what happens is I start talking and I'm on a sidetrack, and then trying to switch, because you know the human mind can't truly multitask, and it takes like, you know, when you're in the flow of something, it supposedly takes like 15 minutes to get back into the flow at the same efficiency level you were when you switch tasks. This is all generally the same task you'd think, but it's not. So it's just something I've learned, you know, doing this for 10 years. It's just something that's so hard to get. And certain games just tend themselves worse to it. So I do not expect to play this game perfect on stream. It's just like almost near impossible. You go watch the designers play this on stream. Mistakes all over the place, right? It's just how it is. So yeah, so hopefully that makes sense. But so that's why I don't feel bad. But okay, so we are going to take, interesting. So we have 4 allies to choose from. See, if we're at 40 threat and we played this guy, we could get all these in our hand. But we have Farmir, who could help us with questing, which I'm debating on taking. This guy who gets cheaper when you have more Gondor allies in place. I'd rather have him in the deck and we pull him later when we have like a big board and he's free. We have another one, a Defender of Ramas, which could help us like get a like even more solid board going. And we have this guy, which we can make some money when he dies. You know? But I think I'm going to take Farmir actually, because we do have kind of decent money. We can afford him and he can help us with questing. And he's a solid body for defense and attacking. So I think I'll take him. We'll shuffle the rest back in. Yeah, and I love the help. I'm just letting you guys know. But when people like kind of like condescendingly say like, oh, YouTubers can never play a game right or forget rules all the time, or all these YouTubers I watch, they make mistakes. Even I say it. I'm okay with a playthrough having mistakes. I've just learned that it's like a thing, doing it myself. So I can't talk against some other players making tons of mistakes on the playthrough. There is a scale whether they put enough work in or they care. And sometimes it shows if they're just playing completely sloppy, that they either they're rushing to try to just play the next game, get on the next thing, get the next click, you know, so they didn't really read the rule book, they didn't go on BGG, they didn't read the FAQ, you know, that kind of stuff to care. And sometimes I do that with games. Sometimes I'm just not feeling a game and I'm like, why am I spending these extra hours for a game I'm not even like enjoying that much? And, you know, or I'm busy with other things. I have to prioritize which game I put my mental power into, which I mean, is a very limited resource already. But the part that irks me is when I see how to play videos have mistakes in them. That triggers me, sets me right off. And there are many channels out there that will put up incorrect how to play videos. They have thousands and thousands of views. And then people come into my chat when I'm playing those games after I found those videos, and they'll say, wait, you're playing that wrong. And I'll be like, no, go read the rule book. And, you know, I know it's because they watch that like more popular channel or that video with thousands of, you know, views or whatever. And yeah, those I think should be taken down and corrected, because just putting Klingon subtitles for a tutorial video is not acceptable. But a playthrough, it's fine. Playthroughs, you're never going to catch it all. It's just something I learned. But I do notice, I see it in other people's videos too, and in my comments also, where people will come in and they'll kind of talk condescending down and kind of be like, ugh, you don't even play the game right. Ugh, this is so garbage. Like, you take too long playing the game and you did this wrong. Like, you know, those kind of things. But it's like, I know it's somebody who's never tried to do it themselves. So it's like, whatever. But so yeah, so I'm just like kind of filling that in because I don't explain that enough. That like, but I do ask for help, and playing live is beautiful. Like you guys pointing out corrections helps other people learn. Like I love it when someone says, Rob, you forgot that, or you didn't trigger that, or hey Mel, you could play this that way, or Kyle should have done this. Because then you see someone else in the chat or the comments later is like, I didn't even know you could do that. And that's when I'm like, yes, mission accomplished. So it's cool. So there you go. There's your Rob's rant for today. Well, I'm shuffling my deck. To then, boom. Let's play this guy. I think. Do we just play the second one and draw again? Or do we just put Farmir and play it? I think we just play this guy again. Yep. So let's spend one here and one here. Top 5 cards. Do it again. Do it again. And we get one ally. I think we take the Envoy of Pelagrir in this case, because she's broken in this pack. I do love the Gondorian Spearman. Great card too. I love him also. These two guys, man, I love putting them in tactics decks when I first learned the game. So good. Not first learning a game, but early times playing it and stuff. I love those cards. So we'll take an Envoy of Peligreer. We'll shuffle these all back in. I just noticed I have Valiant, what's it called? Valiant Sacrifice, the one where you pay 1 money to draw cards after a character leaves play. I didn't even know that was in the deck. I think in the 4 games I played, including this one, now 5, I've never had that ever. How many copies are there? 1? 2. There's 2 copies. I've never seen this card. Man, I would definitely put 3 of in this deck of that card too. So I do have other draw. Okay, interesting. Yeah, and that's the thing too, Billy's saying, like a how to play video, like a tutorial or a how to play or a rules video, they edit. It's edited, right? They're not doing that live. So they should be able to take their video down, correct it, and re-upload it. The problem is they just don't want to put the effort in. And that's what irks me. Because I've even taken playthroughs down. When I used to edit playthroughs and play them, I've probably not posted or deleted probably like 100 hours of playthrough content that Mel, Kyle, Justin, other players we played with in the past over the years, over the last, like, 8, 9, 10 years we've been doing this, recording, not just live streaming, but we would play like a Gloomhaven scenario. And if I'm editing it or Mel was editing it or there was Zombicide scenarios, I remember, and we would see that we missed like a huge rule and it kind of messed with the playthrough, we just would delete it. I wouldn't finish editing, or I would delete it if I posted it and it was pointing out way too many mistakes. I would just delete it because I'm like, I don't want people seeing this and like taking our bad habits if we're like really messing up a rule. If it's a one-time thing, I'll put text in the video and I'd post it. But if it was like a consistent rule that was like forgotten every time and was like, making the game way too easy or way too hard, I used to just delete them. That's the way I used to be early in the days of YouTube, back in like 2013, 2014 when I was doing that. In 2015, probably around there still, I was still doing that. That's how serious I took it. And I was like, I can't post it. And then we would just play the scenario again, or I just wouldn't post that scenario at all. That's just the way I was. But yeah, my first Tink. Did I do that with Tink too? I don't remember that, but maybe I did that. But again, Tink's like rules have changed so many times too. That was really annoying, actually. How they've like changed Tink over the years. I don't know. That's a whole other rabbit hole conversation that annoys me. Okay. All right. Let's continue on. All right. As I say, I'm trying to play quicker and do less of the side ramble stuff. Here I am rambling again. Rob's Rants. Hashtag Rob's Rants. Okay. So now I have a decision point. We could play Envoy of Peligreer and just get a money back. Yep, let's do that. So we'll spend 2 here, and then we'll just get 1 back. Okay. We do have enough to play Faramir, but we won't have an extra money on Boromir. So I think we wait, actually. I think we're okay. All right, questing. We need to hit 4 here to get rid of that, 9 here. So let's just go a little heavy, actually. Yep. Okay. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Thanks to our visionary leadership. Oh no! We got caught in a web. The player with the highest threat level attaches this card to one of their heroes. Counts as a condition attachment. Attached hero does not ready during their fresh phase unless you pay 2 resources from that hero's pool. And we don't have a way to get rid of this. This is like, oh, this is rough. I've had this happen before really early. Man, do we just take Boromir out of it and just leave him readied all the time? I don't care about him for questing. It's just for attacking. He's really like efficient. And we could just save him for like those key moments and maybe build up some resources on him. I think we'll just hold off on him and we'll just use it on him for now. We'll get through this one, but that is rough. Okay. So we didn't get anything in the staging area. So what did I say? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying, Necrocomic-Con. I do remember that now that you've explained it. I know, I remember that. Yeah. It was like a really long one, and yeah, it was really tiring, and I was rushing at the end, and yeah, making lots of mistakes. That's funny. I forgot all about that. Wow. That was a while ago, though. That was like a long time ago. Hundreds and hundreds of videos since. Wow. Okay, so we have enough to complete this and advance this. I don't know if that's too quick, but I think we're okay. So there's nothing on the back of this. It says, when revealed, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a forest location. We know we're grabbing Goblin Trail, which to travel there will reveal the top card of the encounter deck, which we'll do that right now. And then when it leaves play as the explored location, we place 6 progress on the current quest. Okay, and if you read this card here too, this stage cannot be defeated unless one copy of Goblin Trail is in the victory display, and we haven't done that yet, so might as well search for it now. It'll help us progress through this 12, like insane amount of quest points or progress points we need to do here. Okay, let's travel here, which will reveal the top card of the deck. It's a Tangled Grove, which is X threat. X is the number of locations in the staging area, which will just be itself for now, so it's 1. Each player must discard a random card from their hand to travel here. Okay, good to know. Okay, no engagement, no enemies, so we are good. We risked it, and we didn't even need to fight anything. Okay, let's raise our threat to 36. Draw a card. Increase this. I may have forgot that already. I feel like I did, but maybe that was just a long rambling round. That's why. Okay. And we got the guy to search again. I think I hold off on that though, but maybe. Okay, we're gonna play Faramir for 4. 1, 2. Oh, hold on. Let's leave money on him if we need to ready him. 1, and we'll spend 3 from here, going down to 1. Okay. Now I could play this guy, but then I probably won't be able to play the other ally I draw into, so let's just hold off on that. We're good for now, I think. Let's slide this guy here. Okay. Questing. We need to get through at least 2, 8, at least 8. And that'll put 6 on here. Yeah, let's just go ham again. Okay. Right here. Spider Den, which has a quest action. We could go find a spider enemy, which I think we know that they're 3 threat. So it helps us reduce 1 threat. We'll get an enemy, which we're ready to fight. But we might just leave this. I always do this effect, but I know the one gets like, we have to exhaust a character, which we're totally okay to do. If I don't use Faramir right now, but I could use Faramir too in the same window and just leave the 4 here. Maybe I just leave it. I want to try this. I never usually leave that. I always do this ability. But let's try without doing it, since we could just do Faramir's quest. So we add quest action here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra. So right now we have 2. We have 6 in here. Okay, so we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18, we said we have 6 here, so 12 going over. 6 will hit here, and 6 will spill over. And when this is completed, 6 will go here. Boom. And that will advance this. Oh, sorry, this is victory points. Victory points we'll put in the victory display, not in the discard pile. Yeah, he can. Yeah. I don't know what the issue is. Did I have a character leave play? No. But yes, if a character left play, he could ready. But here's the thing, why I'm saying I'm risking it, kind of, is when I put everyone in the quest like this, and I didn't have Faramir before, right? So when I said I'm going all in on the quest, you think this guy could ready, But which character is leaving play if this is my only defender and he defends for 4? It is very rare that he would die and leave play. I mean, it has happened, but when I only leave the defender of Ramas as my only readied ally, the chances of one of these leaving play, yeah, there's encounter effects and shadow effects that could deal damage and someone could leave play. But I have had it where I wanted him to ready, but it just, things didn't happen and there was no way to get rid of somebody. Oh, I could have put the web thing on him. I don't want to do that though, for this reason. For that reason I was just describing. So he does not ready during the fresh phase unless you pay 2 resources. So I could do that, but I quest with him all the time. That's just the way I play. I quest with him all the time. So what I find is, yes, I want allies to leave play, but right now I'm trying to build up my board and they might not leave play because I keep questing hard. I could just leave him like that, but I'm going to quest with him, right? And if no one's leaving play consistently, he could just be locked down. Then I don't have it with him to quest the next round. So that's just the way I look at it. I'd rather have Boromir with 1 quest point, kind of doing nothing and only attacking when needed, but he'll have money on him that I will be able to stand him when I need to. So just playing the deck 4 times now, this attachment's come out multiple times and I have put it on him once and it did hurt. I didn't want to do it. It didn't work out good. But putting it on him, it was definitely okay. Definitely okay. That's why I'm doing it. Sorry if I didn't explain all that and go super deep into it, but yes, when you have a character that has a built-in readying effect that is relevant and could trigger consistently, yeah, put that condition attachment on them, but I don't want to do it for this guy. It just leads to bad things. That's just me though. Maybe if you play a little different and what you should do is kind of leave one of these up, you know, let it die, ready, you know, constantly, but then your board is going to get whittled down every single round just trying to ready a hero. Not really the plays I want to make, but that's just where it goes. But hopefully that makes sense. And you know, you might have reasoning and you're thinking this is the way to play. This is what, you know, efficiently generally should be played. But just with my experience, limited experience with the deck, that's the way I'm choosing to do it because of those reasons. But yes, 99% of the time, or the general, you know, the hardcore player will tell you, stick it on somebody who has a readying effect. Of course, of course. But I'm not, and that's why. So this guy stays in play. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. I didn't want to go on that side ramble. I felt it was kind of obvious, but yeah, that's a thing. Yes. I see why you're bringing up Imrahil. I thought it was related to something I missed triggering. I get it. Thank you, Kate, for clearing that up, by the way, because it did not make sense to me. Okay. Again, all over the place. Too many things going on at once. I'm going to keep forgetting triggers for that reason. I didn't even mention like reading chat is like another thing to switch your focus off onto something else and forget what's going on. It's very common. So yeah, making videos is one thing. Live streaming is a whole other world. Trying to keep, you know, lifestyle complex games straight. Anyways. All right. But thank you for your help, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now where was I? I think we're good. Oh yeah, we defeated this, right? This goes away. When revealed, the first player adds a set-aside goblin troop to the staging area. Boom. Each other player searches the encounter deck. Nope, we don't care. And yes, we should shuffle, but here's our goblin troop. 35 to engage. We're at 36, so we're definitely engaging this guy. 3 threat, 5 attack, 3 defense, 6 health. Cannot have attachments. While goblin troops engage with you, each other goblin enemy engaged with you gets +1 attack and +1 defense. Okay, travel. Oh yeah, and it's 6 to progress this, but it cannot be defeated while goblin troop is in play. And when this stage is defeated, heroes discover the trail to the goblin secret lair and players win the game. And yeah, let's travel to the Tangled Grove to get this X that keeps growing out of the staging area. Each player must discard a card at random from their hand to travel here. No problem. How many cards do I have? Oh, I have 6. Perfect. Well, let's roll a die. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Behind strong walls. Gone. All right. Great. Okay. Engagement. I'll raise this guy's money. Trigger. Response. Optional trigger. Okay. So proud of myself. I remembered twice this game. I'm already 100% better than I was in the past. Not to mention all the helpful. I'm just the ones I remembered myself, you know, already improving by 100%. So good. I'm so good. Okay. So let's throw the Defender of Ramas. Oh yeah, this guy should be exhausted. Let's throw the Defender of Ramas in here for defense against 5 for defense. I feel like a character's leaving play. I feel like a character is leaving play. Unless I feint him right now. Do I feint him? I probably just feint him. Yes, we feint him. This is, if we're going to play feint on some enemy in this scenario, it's got to be this one, right? So he won't attack. That just means we're not attacking with this guy though. But is that okay? This guy attacks for 2. This guy attacks for 3, 4, 4. 4, that's 6. That'll get 3 damage through. I mean, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. Or we ready. Oh no, we're not 40 threat or higher. Never mind. Oh no. I mean, we could make our threat 40 or more. Yeah, let's not feint. Let's not feint. I think we have it right here, guys, right? So we play this for free, right? While your threat is less than 40, so it's just an action window. We can do it right after he reveals shadow cards. Set your threat to 40. If this effect raised your threat, draw a card. So for free, our threat is now 40. Okay. Draw a card. Envoy of Peligreer, the super version, 2.0. Okay. Then we play this card in the same action window. Each player whose threat is 40 or higher readies all characters they control. Okay, we still have the one on Boromir to extra ally attack power. Okay. Okay. Man, this lined up nice. That never works. Never lines up like that. Okay. He is going to attack now. I mean, I guess I didn't need the extra attack. So we could say we spent the resource here, and this is like this. We feint him. Still, we could still feint him, right? We can afford it. And then we just attack him. We need to get 9 through. So we could go 4, 7, 9. Just our heroes alone. Boom! We killed him. Gotcha! Ooh, and Spider's Mirkwood was hiding under there. Choose and exhaust one character you control. If this attack was undefended, also deal that character 2 damage. Okay. So it would have been defended, but... Alright, there we go. We did it. Yay! We win. Okay, what's this say? Resolution. If there are 6 or more resource tokens here, there weren't. Even if I forgot 1, but I don't think I did because we were started at 32. We ended at 36 before I jumped it. So we should only have 4 end of the rounds, right? So if there are 6 or more resource tokens here, the thought of the captured villagers suffering weighs heavily on you, and we're not going to add this guilty conscience treachery to the pool. So let's set up our second scenario. Let me get the cards that I need to... No, where were they? So yeah, that deck went fast. I've not seen it go that fast before on this scenario. Not even close. Like, getting visionary leadership early is the key. That is like the big difference maker. That is what you mulligan for. And the Envoy of Peligreer is coming to help us like get allies in play and get us money back, you know. Definitely helped. Little guy leaving play wants to get money. You know, definitely helped. Having this guy be able to buy leadership cards when needed, definitely helped. Okay, one sec. Let's shuffle this. So I'm just going to shuffle and sort and that for a couple minutes here. I'll try to do it quick. How's everyone's day going? Anyone playing this game right now? Anyone got their Agmar Awakened hero box that's been collecting the new stuff? And have you been building any decks, playing with any stuff? Anything interesting? Anything interesting going on? What's new? What's new? That's what happens when you forget the free money. Agreed. Agreed. But even Dan without the money, like not getting visionary leadership, like I've had it where I don't get it like halfway through the game, just because I don't see like card draw or it's just deep in the deck. Even if you have the money to like spit out a few extra allies, just that ability to give +1 willpower to like, you know, 4, 5, or 6 characters in the questing phase, you know, is bananas. Not to mention Faramir, but Faramir, I don't usually see him that often either because he's only 2 copies in the deck. But he kind of helps the same way, but he costs like 4 to do that. So getting the visionary leadership into play for only 2 is usually much quicker and happens faster in the game. And is already very powerful. Faramir is like expensive. When you get him into play, he only adds 1 to each in the quest, but he also has to exhaust himself. So he has like a big cost to doing that ability. So it really only pays off like very late in the game. Like mid to late. But visionary leadership is like, it's hitting right from the first play. Like, it's like amazing first turn. It hits the table. Kate says, I'm breaking out my Kickstarter, the Librarian's Adventure card game, tonight for a game. I've not heard of this, but again, I don't pay attention to a lot of crowdfunding games on purpose. But I don't know what that is, Kate. Is it any good? Or you haven't played it yet, so you don't know. I'm assuming you played it. If you're gonna... Or you're playing it solo. I don't know if you're playing with people and you've already played it. I'm curious what you think of it. Yogi says, how am I meant to compete with this expert LOTR plays? There's none of those going on here, Yogi. Nice try. Beatles says, haven't ordered Agmar until both adventure packs and hero packs simultaneously available. Yeah, usually when I order the boxes like that for Arkham Horror, I just order both together because I don't care about playing with the cards for that cycle until I have the campaign to play it with. But again, it's cool how they release them separate. So it's like 2 different products. So if one is having trouble being in stock, you could find the other maybe. And if you wanted multiple copies of certain player cards because you're playing with a higher player count, you only have to buy the hero, like the player card stuff, you know, a couple times. But you don't have to have wasted card stock, you know, by buying the campaign twice, which I do like a lot. I do like that. That's a smart move, I think. Yeah, I just order them together, and then whenever they both come in, you know, it's enough to get free shipping usually, and then they'll just ship them together when they arrive. That's usually what I do. And that's my plan going forward. Oh yeah, Craig says, didn't you need to get progress on the quest to complete it? I think it's safe to assume you've been able to do so in the next round. Yeah, I definitely would have. I think it would have been fine. I did rush there, yeah. I just assumed since we killed that guy, we're just going to win, but... Yeah, I needed to still get like what, 8 on there. But yeah, it's like at this point we just played it so many times. It's like, oh, we only needed 6. We only needed 6 progress and we had no enemies in play at the time. And the surging guys were gone, so I don't see it like, yeah, but that's my bad. I definitely should have kept going. But you're right. I just feel like when you could beat that guy, it's like after that, it's like, you know, unless we were like flooded with locations and had a bunch of enemies, then I would have kept going for sure. But I think when the way our board was so clear, we were fine. Okay. Let me sort. Okay. Time do we got? 1:23. Okay, we're good. We're good for time. Let's just separate the stuff for the next scenario. Done this like 100 times, it feels. Still having fun. Still loving it. Okay, so this stuff we don't, oh yeah, we need to get out the, sorry, I need to get out Eves of Mirkwood and the Goblin Troop for when I'm playing the Rohan deck, most likely tomorrow, off stream. Okay, where'd he go? He ran away. Did I put him in the wrong pile? Oh yeah, he goes forward. So I do need him actually. Yeah, I do need him. Never mind. Just trying to make it easier for me. Okay, so that'll go back in the box. Okay, for the next scenario, we need this card going in our hand. Okay, we don't need to do Guilty Conscience. We just need Shiny Distraction, right? So this can go away. Cave Torch. I don't know. Boromir for fun. Cracked Pillar and Goblin Chieftain. We're going to set these aside out of play. So remember this guy, Cracked Pillar. We're going to fight that, break it, all that stuff. If you want to know more about like how this pack's like kind of story plays out and all that, I've stopped reading like the flavor text and stuff. Like once you read it once, if you're looking for that kind of stuff, you're more interested in this pack. Check the playlist links in the video description. We did play this 2-player and like went through the story. We added it on to the campaign of the core set and went through it all. But even the first series of this, I read through it, I believe. But now I'm just kind of cutting that out because it's just silly, keeps reading it over and over again. Unless we hadn't played for a while, then I'd want to read it. Okay, so we're going to shuffle this in. We're going to shuffle these in. Oh yeah, we'll finish this in a second. I'll shuffle that in a second. Let's do our mulligan. Or our draw, I guess. Holy crap, look at this, guys. I was hoping this would happen on stream. And for this scenario, not the first one. Holy, we got Steward of Gondor. Visionary leadership, yes! Yes, okay. All right, we win. I'm not even gonna play, we just win, right? Do we even need to? Thanks for watching, everybody, bye. Okay, but our allies are a little lacking. Faramir is a little expensive. This guy costs 5, but -1 for each other Gondor ally in play. So he's way overpriced. But I mean, hopefully we draw into an ally off our first draw, but I'm keeping this, like I have to, right? Yeah, just our allies kind of stink. Oh, but we got Foehammer with a weapon, like the only weapon in the deck. That's kind of nice. Again, okay. All right, let's try to make this work. Hopefully we can get some allies coming. And this goes to our hand. All right, let's shuffle this thing up. Oh, we need to find something, right? Set up, search the encounter deck for Goblin Chieftain, Crack Pillar, and Cave Torch. Set the Goblin Chieftain, Crack Pillar aside out of play. The first player attaches Cave Torch to one of their heroes. Shuffle the encounter deck. When revealed, each player searches the encounter deck for a different location as it's a staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. Okay, let's do that. And we're going to grab the one that gets us allies, I think, right? Like, again, I did play with the... it was Orbit that was recommending to play with the, you also could choose, what was it, the Crumbling Stairs? I tried that the one time, but it burned me again. It was annoying. I just got unlucky. So it's like, it's burned me twice now. Just by like, I put this into play, but once you complete it, when it leaves play as the explored location, you discard the top card of the encounter deck. If it's a location, put it into play as the active location. And both times I got like a 6 or 7 7 progress whatever location that went in there, and it was just annoying. It just like definitely made it harder and longer and tougher. But again, we're playing the long game in this, trying to get to 40 threat or higher, so it's fine. So I'm gonna put the one that I love. Well, I don't love it. It's just the lesser of all the evils in my opinion. This one. I don't like the way I start with the 3 threat here, but again, we're okay with our threat going up, right? So, I mean, if we don't, if our threat starts going up a little quick, I think we're okay with it. But to Traveler, we reveal the top card in the counter deck, which could be very rough in the beginning, especially if we get some surge stuff happening. But after it leaves play, we get to search the top 5 cards for any ally and put it into play. And I've seen Gandalf off this, some big juicy allies, seen multiple choices and kind of get to pick the best one for the play. Jakob, hello Jakob. Jakob says, hello from Poland. Hello from Canada, Jakob. How's it going? Jakob Radwanski. I'm probably saying your last name wrong. I'm sorry. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Oh, is it good? Okay. I'll never say your last name again because I will never say it the same. But we'll just call you Jakob. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Kate says, my first look through the Rohan deck was, I want to tear it apart and rebuild it better. I know, Kate, I'm worried about playing that one. But what I'll do with that one is here's what I'll do for Wednesday's stream when we play the Rohan deck. I'll try it as it's built. Hopefully as built, it still can beat the first quest. But if it loses on the second one, we'll live change cards out from it. So get involved, Kate, get involved. Keep your notes down what you switched out. I would love to know. Or just like send me the Rings DB link on if you're here on Wednesday's stream. And we can just tweak it up if that happens and kind of look at it. Or at least look at it at the end of the stream to see like maybe for a new player, like what they might want to switch up. You know, someone bought it and they're a little frustrated. You know, like it reminds me of those times, if anyone remembers growing up in the 80s, 90s, you know, you're playing 4-player or 2-player or whatever game console of your choice. And, you know, everyone always has that like third-party controller that's made by like a different company. That's not like an official Nintendo or an official like Sega or Sony or Microsoft controller. You always have that like second, third, or fourth, you know, knockoff crappy controller you bought at the department store or your grandma got you or something like that. And then you have your friends come over, or you're playing with your brothers and sisters, and you're like, you know, you make sure you're playing with the best controller, like the newest official one you have. And then you're giving the other player, like, you know, that kind of knockoff, the not so good controller, the one that has like the loose joystick or the D-pad that's a little squishy, or the button that's, you know, the A button that only triggers sometimes when you push it. I picture that kind of happening with the 4 starter decks. You have a bunch of players getting together and, you know, you're going to play and you're going to hand them a starter deck. I feel like the Rohan deck, based on what you guys have said, might be that third party controller that you're like giving to a player at the table is like, you're not the best one. So that's what I relate that to. So hopefully that makes sense to somebody. Just don't give the Rohan deck, you know, don't play with that yourself. Give it to like the person you're not really, you know, you don't really like that much. That's what that's for. Nice, Jakob, nice. Okay, so yeah, that's where I get from that. Okay, let's do a little cut. Oh, all right. Get in there. Okay, what's the play? 32 threat. We're going to start with the resources. And drawing a card. Oh, yeah. And we did shuffle into the shining... We got the no time to waste. We shuffled in the shiny distraction. I think we did everything, right? And we need 8 threat here. We got this one for 3 in there. And I will draw a card. Pillars of the Kings. Okay. Not a cheap ally I was looking for. I think Steward of Gondor is the first one. Yeah, let's just play Steward of Gondor. Let's... Attached to a hero. Attached hero gains the Gondor trait. They all have Gondor traits. Now, in this situation, like, I probably put it on Moblung, right? Because he can spend resources for both spheres. Is there a reason why I would not do that? Trying to think of the treachery cards that come out. There's one that attaches that's like at the end of the round, raise threat by 2 unless you spend 2 to get rid of it, but I could just attach it to him and that's fine because he'll have this. If we see that same one come out about readying heroes, I have to spend money to ready, so I could attach it to him also and then just spend money to ready. But Boromir has the like ability, he wants to have money, you know, but we can still just leave money on him, that's fine. I think we put it here. Unless I'm missing something for this scenario. I'm just trying to think. Oh, you should be around sometime while I'm playing scenario 1. Okay, cool, Kate. Awesome. So you might not be there when I'm getting crushed in the second scenario. And I'm like, damn it, let's switch the cards. We'll just switch them, it's fine. But if you do have something cool, put it in the Discord in the Lord of the Rings the channel, and I'll check it out when we're at that point. If if you do tweak it, please do not, if you don't have time, please do not do it because we may not need it. Just don't, yeah. But if you are tweaking it, I would love to see what you change and be able to discuss it on stream if possible. But yeah, that'd be cool. But I haven't even looked at the deck, so I don't know. Well, I did look at the deck, obviously in unboxing, but I haven't like spread it out to see like how bad is it or what we need to tweak. As long as you can tweak it with stuff that's in the pack, it's not so offensive. It's if you like need the core set to like really change things out to make it workable, that's where I'll start rambling and ranting. Okay, so we spent two, these two, and we exhaust this, and he gets two back. Now, I should still do the visionary leadership. I don't see why not. Yep. I don't see why not. Okay. Okay, this is weird, not playing an ally first round, but these are pretty solid heroes. Nice hit points, nice defense, nice attack. I feel like we just quest like so. For 6. Quest for 6. Okay, me not have time for deck building? You're deck building right now, aren't you? I don't know if that librarian game or whatever has deck building, but if it does, I know you're deck building right this minute. You got a problem. You got a problem. No, I'm just joking. I'm jelly. Okay. So we're questing for 6. Oh no! They're firing arrows at us. Deal 2 damage to a character you control. Obsidian arrows. Well, hey Boromir, how you doing, buddy? How's your armor? How's your armor? Oh, it's a little dented now. Okay. Well, it didn't add any threat to the staging area, so 3 is going on to this one. We will travel, which will reveal the top card. Oh no, doomed 1. It's getting us closer to 40. No. When revealed, each player must choose. Either raise your threat. This is having in the travel phase, so this is irrelevant. Well, there's nothing to engage, so that was a pretty safe, tame first round. It's got a flesh wound over here. We're good. 34 threat. Draw a card. Get some money. Cash money. Boop. Okay, what do we draw? We drew a Peligreer Ship Captain. After Peligreer Ship Captain enters play, move 1 resource from the resource pool of a hero you control to another hero's resource pool. Well, we're playing solo, so it's only going to be bouncing between my own resource pools. But could be a thing. Could be a thing. I've had to use that before. It has been a thing where I like I play, you know, leadership. You spend the leadership resources, and then you're able to like play this guy and then move a tactics one to Boromir to keep his ability going. It's helpful. It's helpful. Oh, you're actually doing work. Okay. Doing? Yeah. Okay, Kate. Sure. All right, let's just play this guy, I guess. We will just spend 1 from here and 1 from here. I think I'm gonna put the Valiant Sword right here. Oh, I forgot to exhaust this. So he gets 2 back. Oh, I'm being dumb. Yeah, I'm being dumb. I should try to get Faramir in play instead of doing that, but I think we're still okay. Yeah, that probably would have been a better play. Leaving Boromir with... How do we do this? Yeah, let's just leave Boromir with nothing. Spend that, not play the sword, and just get Faramir into play. Is that okay? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, let's do that. Swords for later. But it could lead to drawing cards, though. If we get a nice enemy we can kill. Yeah, no. Let's go back to what we're doing. Yep. I think this is the better one. Because we could foe hammer just a draw. And like, I need to find some stuff. Some cheaper allies and things. I don't need Faramir dying. And he might if he doesn't have other squishy guys around him. And then when this guy enters play, we could just say like we move something around. I don't know, whatever. Maybe I don't have, maybe it's supposed to be like this? Yeah, it's supposed to be like this. Yeah, right? Yeah, that makes sense, right? And I'm holding this. This is the one deck where like, this is actually could help us win. And I might actually do it for the effect. You could lower a player's threat by 3, reveal the top card of the encounter deck. I should have actually done that. I should have actually done that if I had this early enough. Where I did in one game where I was off stream, I had this in the opening, and in the first quest phase, I dropped my threat by 3, and then I played this for free to raise me up to 40, and that allowed me to draw 4 cards right away. And then I had to play the other one later. There's another one in the deck, and Gandalf to help drop my threat a little bit when it got really high, but I might just hold this till like later if we're in the high 40s. I might have to do this just to drop our threat to keep us from like losing the game. But there is a play playing it early where that could have also helped us like get a mitt full of cards, get us to 40, some of our effects turn on. But we don't have many of those effects right now, so it's not that bad. Yeah, cool little plays, cool little combos. Okay, questing. Let's put in 6. Oh, Goblin Sniper adding 2. So 4 will go here. We'll engage him. When we engage him, we get a money. Okay. Yeah, we're already losing guys. Okay, yeah, let's defend. Attack an enemy gets +1, +3 instead if it's a goblin. This guy's attacking for 5. Definitely kills this guy. Ooh, good thing I didn't defend with a hero there. That would do more damage. This guy readies up. And then this guy will just kill. He's attacking for 4, which only need 2. Kills that guy. We're going to play foe hammer. We're going to exhaust the weapon and draw 3 cards. Oh, another foe hammer. Nice. Another weapon and a shield. Okay. Where are my allies? This is what happens when you see Steward of Gondor. You don't get allies. This is what happens. Okay. So let's raise everyone up. Okay. Threat. Draw. Money. Okay. Steward of Gondor, before we forget. 6. Oh, look at this. Okay, let's add Okay, let's play this guy for 2. We'll spend 1 from here, 1 from here. We'll look at the top 5 cards. We'll try to get a Gondor ally. Let's get a Defender of Ramas, I think. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Defender of Ramas. We'll also get another ally into play with this if we complete it next, or this round. That will help, but I feel like we're a little behind on the allies on the board, and we might fall into the next quest phase a little too early. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay. So let's play Faramir. Actually, let's do it here. And then we'll play this guy. Get in there. We almost have enough to get this guy in for a reasonable price, but not yet. He still costs 2. I want him to be 1 or 0. But we'll see. Yeah. Okay. Questing. I mean, do we go that hard? There's nothing in the staging area. When we advance, we go in, the boss guy shows up, and then he brings an enemy with him, I think. And all their engagements are 0, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. So it's enemy fighting time. Are we good? I think we're okay. So let's just quest for 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, quest for 5, and if things are really hairy, we'll use Faramir. So quest for 5. Uh-oh. When revealed, the player who controls Cave Torch must either exhaust Cave Torch or progress cannot be placed on the quest until the end of the phase. Progress can still be placed on the active location. I'm actually okay with this. I'm okay with not putting too much on there. So I could reveal another card by doing the Cave Torch thing, but I think we'll just kind of take it easy. We need to build up a little more. We need to get some more stuff in our hand. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just choose to not exhaust Cave Torch. We'll definitely place enough here and get rid of this. And then we have the response. After Goblin Dungeon leaves play as an explored location, the first player searches the top 5 cards of their deck for an ally, puts them into play under their control, shuffle the others back in. See what we get. Okay, cheap ones, which is expected. We've been seeing the expensive ones. So it's either the guy that comes into play, we get to look through the top, and it's after he enters play, so we get to do the top 5 cards for an ally. I feel like that's the one we do. Okay, so let's shuffle that back in. Okay, and then we'll get to draw an ally. We're still not at 40 threat. It's fine. I debated raising our threat earlier just to get this guy to draw more allies, but I think we're okay. We know our deck's loaded with them. We haven't been seeing them, so we're going to draw into them steadily, especially with Foehammer. Another Foehammer showing up, we should be okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, oh, another. We could draw another one of those. An Errand Rider. This guy helps us move money around, but he's just a nice cheap weenie to leave play after dying. Envoy of Peligreer we could take for money. Or this guy to help us just draw in more allies. Yeah, I think we take this guy. Yep. Yep. Okay. Okay. All right, travel, nothing to travel, no enemies to fight, ready up, raise threat, 36, draw, Envoy of Peligreer, boom, Steward of Gondor, goes up to 3, let's do Envoy of Peligreer for 2, okay, she'll give a resource back to a hero, we'll put 1 here. Okay, we have 5 Gondor allies, so this guy is free. He has some questing, defending, and nice health stat on him. But we get to lower the cost to play him, the Citadel Janitor, by 1 for each Gondor ally in play. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so he's free. Do Do I play him just to draw into another one? Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, there's a play where I hold this guy until we hit the 40 threat, and then we get a whole bunch more, but I think we're okay. I think we're okay. I could get us to 40 threat right now. Is that okay? I haven't seen Gandalf yet. I haven't seen the other one of these, but I still have this card to lower threat by 3 if needed. Yeah, I think I'm going to send us to 40 threat. I think it's the better play. So we're going to 40. For free. We get to draw a card because we raised our threat. Okay, we got a feint. Then we'll play this guy, which I should have played this guy first and done this first so we got more information. I shouldn't have played these guys yet, but it's fine. This guy costs nothing. She gave us the money back, only costs 1. So we'll spend 2 from here to play him. We get to look at the top 5 and we get to keep any Gondor allies we find, we draw. 1, 2, 3. So we just drew 3 allies. Okay. Now the deck's singing. Now it's singing. You gotta get to that 40 threat, and all is good with the world. But now we gotta play a little quicker. Okay. So technically we play another one of these for free. And this guy costs 1, which I am gonna play. Yes, I'm gonna play. Oh, this guy's really good too. Yeah, I'll just play this guy for 1. Okay, just got a little. Let's shuffle some stuff around a little bit. Okay, now that's how you build a board right there. I am gonna put a Valiant Sword actually on Boromir to increase the odds of our foe hammer firing off. And if we get an enemy, we'll get money on him again, so we have a feint to play in our back pocket. All right, let's quest away. Let's put Faramir on the end here. He deserves this. Is that right? Yeah, I'll do it like this. Do it like this. Okay, a little more organization, I think. In my head, at least. Okay. We need to quest 5 at least. And we know bad things are coming when we do, so let's quest 4, 5, 6. Seven. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When revealed, each player must search the encounter deck and discard pile for a goblin enemy and put it into play. Engage with them. Engage with me, you say? Shuffle the encounter deck. I'm assuming that. I wonder if that can be because it's already going to be engaged with me, but it wasn't engaged with me before, so I feel like I should get to trigger him still. I don't know, but it could get around that. This effect cannot be canceled, sure. So, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a goblin. I'm going to grab the one that surges, I think. Yeah. I want less of the surgy ones in there. Plus, they have like, they have the most annoying shadow effect where the extra attack happens. We don't need that happening on like a bigger enemy. So we'll take that guy because he won't trigger the surge. Kate says, Rob, you think you got enough allies yet? No, not for this deck, because remember, I want to be letting them die all over the place so I can ready up and have effects fire off. So these are all just like little meat shields that should be leaving play like 1 around if I'm doing it right, kind of. So no, I don't have enough. Until I can't fit any more on the board, then that's when I have enough. And I even got the best ones. There's the one in this deck that's my favorite, is this guy. I love this guy. So for 2 costs, when our threat's 40 or higher, and again, we have ways of getting to 40 quick, he gets +2 attack, So with Boromir's buff and this guy's buff, he's attacking for 4 for a 2 cost, and he does not exhaust a quest for 2 willpower, plus 1 from Visionary Leadership, plus 1 from Faramir sometimes. So this guy, literally for 2 buckaroos, you have like pretty much a 4 quests, not exhausting, and a 4 attack, more than not. Like this guy, and you get like 2 or 3 of them in play. I think there's 3 in the deck. Oh no, he's unique. So I was cheating before when I did this. I definitely had 2 in play. There might only be 2 in the deck, but yeah, he is amazing for 2. And now I realize why he's unique. I missed that before. So I definitely was cheating before because I had 2 in play when I was playing off camera for sure. But I do have 1 in hand, so I'm super excited to get that in play now that we're at 40 threat. I've never been so excited to hit 40 threat before. So yeah. I never thought I would like a deck that does that or plays that way, but it's really fun. I don't usually go for characters in games or in video games, even the ones that like, as they get lower in health, they kind of like rage or become more powerful. You know, it's like risky plays. You know, it's fun, but it's not my play style. But this deck, I have fun with it because it has tools to kind of like, you know, play with the, you know, mess with the needle on the meter. Okay. All right, so let's gain a resource. Yeah, Agot didn't have ally limits either. Yeah, I love having giant armies on the board. I mean, you shouldn't have an ally limit in a game where you're supposed to be like a commander of an army, like a general, and that's what this game is doing, and that's what Game of Thrones, the card game, was doing. They were trying to simulate you being like a, you know, a military leader, and that's kind of what you're doing here. So yeah, if you had ally limits, it's kind of lame. Marvel Champions, it's like, it has a bit of ally limit, obviously, like the ally limit of 3, but there's like lots of ways around it when you are being like a leadership hero that's meant to be like a military leader, you know, kind of like, you know, directing an army of, you know, allies and superheroes and stuff. So you can kind of break the rule a bit more, I feel, which is cool. It still doesn't bother me. But Arkham with the ally limit, it makes sense because like it's supposed to feel desperation alone, you know, helplessness. If you just could build a board of a giant, like, you know, 100 allies to take all the damage and everything, it wouldn't feel that way. So that's why they need an ally limit for that game. But in that game, you're not like a commander of any kind of army or anything. So it makes sense. So thematic wins all around for all the games that do it. But obviously I love having a giant board of cards. Who doesn't? That's why we play the card games, to build up giant boards of cards. And so that's why like these ones draw me in more. And Marvel Champions too, like building up your board of your like equipment and attachments and effects and supports and upgrades and stuff. So it scratch that itch. It's just Arkham is the only one that like, it can if you're building up a board of things, but I feel it's harder in that game and you don't get that feeling. But I'm glad it doesn't, because then it wouldn't feel as punishing and hopeless and desperate, and you're always losing and you're not sure what's going on. And yeah. Frustration. All right. Okay. So we quested for like 9, I think it was. 3, 6. No. How much do we have? We didn't do Faramir, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. More than enough. More than enough. This could be bad. So this is gone. When revealed, add Goblin Chieftain to the staging area. Each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a different enemy of their choice and adds it to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. Goblin. Oh, what am I doing? This goes here. Goblin Chieftain. Adds to the staging area. Okay, let's grab. We grab the other Surge guy just to get him out of there. I just worry that we're going to lose a couple. I think we're okay, actually. Yeah, let's get the other Surge guy out of here, I think, if we can find him. Yeah. There's 2 characters good at fielding an army of Soak in Arkham. Yeah, but it's like limited, it's rare, right? It's not like a general thing in every game you play. But in this, like LOTR and Game of Thrones and Marvel too, it's like I guess Warhammer Conquest too, right? That had like lots of that stuff, but I don't know. There was lots of death in that, so I felt like you're like, if I'm remembering correctly, it was like hard to get a board going of things, all the fighting at the different planets and stuff. But that was really cool. I love that game too. That was a really, really neat feeling game. It's just the designers behind it just didn't know how to like properly design a game, but general and keep it balanced and things in a competitive game. But it was definitely fun. I definitely liked it a lot, but there was some poor design decisions in that game for sure. It just made it unfun sometimes. All right. So once per phase, yeah. Okay. Then we flip this. During the encounter phase, treat each enemy's engagement cost as if it were 0. The stage gets +4 quest points for each enemy in play. So right now it's 12 quests. Okay, travel, nothing to travel to. Engagement, this guy has 0, so he'll engage. We get another money in different phase. Okay, we are gonna give shadow card, shadow card, shadow card. Okay, he's attacking for 2, they're attacking for 3 each by default. There is that card in here, I think, that buffs attack by how many goblins are engaged with you, which we have 3 right now, so this could definitely be bad, so we shouldn't be defending with our heroes. Let's just start by defending here for 2. Yeah, I think I want to do it this way. I want to defend here because maybe we can get him readied up. He's 4 health, so I think we're fine. So he'll defend against the boss, who's attacking for 2. Oh, shiny distraction, gone as a shadow card, that's great. He returns back to the staging area. Let's do Defender of Vermoss, defending for 4. This guy's attacking for 3. Raise your threat by 1 for each point of damage dealt by this attack. Well, there's nothing getting through because 3 attack gets 4 shields. No damage. This guy attacking for 3. I think we should defend with this guy. Yes. Attacking for 3 against 1 defense. Oh, great Cave Troll coming off as a shadow card. That's always a good feel. There is another one in there, I think, though. But that's nice to see. That's when you know your gameplay is, your session's going to good. Okay. And then it's attack time. So Boromir has a resource, so all Gondor allies are getting +1 attack. So these guys are attacking for 2 each. So they'll just fight together and take out one of these. This guy I want to attack with Boromir, who we've attached the sword on just for this situation. So it is +2 because we're at 40 threat or higher. So he's attacking for 5. This guy only needs 3 to die. And then we will exhaust that weapon to play Foe Hammer to draw 3 cards. Envoy of Peligreer, Valiant Sword, and Angbor the Fearless. So we do have 2 in the deck. I was right. I knew I played 2 of these before. Yeah, so we have 2 copies of him. So if one dies, we can play another one. That's great. Okay. End of the round. We're good. Ready up. Yeah, this is like, we're good. I think things are okay so far. It's like we got a good solid start. Steward of Gondor, Visionary Leadership. We didn't have the allies, but they, the deck's so full of them. We got our card draw, which led to the allies, so that's fine. Led to allies who draw more allies, which is like, that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay. Threat going up, 41. Draw a card. Behind strong walls. Okay. Money. So we're definitely playing this guy. 1, 2. Okay, he's the one with 40 threat or higher. He's questing without exhausting, and he gets 2 extra attack. Should probably play the Envoy of Peligreer. Why not play another one? Okay, so we spend 2 on it, but we get 1 back. So this goes to 2. And I'm gonna throw a Gondorian shield actually on this guy. He has 2. Oh, he's only got 1 restricted. It just gives him an extra 2 defense. He has a Gondor trait, so he is. It could be a defender for me if I really need, but I probably don't. But it's just somewhere to put it, so I'm not. That problem of having too many cards in hand. It's just nice to get rid of some. But we still have the 1 on him for feint, and so we're okay. All right, questing. So we only need 4 to complete this right now. We are revealing Oh no, this only reveals 1 card at a time, so we're good. But if we reveal an enemy, it becomes an 8. So let's just go 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I think that's okay. We don't even need to put our heroes in. This is nuts. Okay. All right, let's reveal. Oh, we got this enemy. We discard the top 1. Oh, no. I never had this happen that I know of. When revealed, discard the top card of the player's deck until the end of the phase. Increase Goblin Town Scavenger's threat by the total printed cost of all cards discarded this way. So we just discarded Gandalf, so he gets +5 threat. So this guy's a 6 threat. Come on, man. What is that? All right. Just as I was talking about, everything's like all good. We've got this. Our 1 of 2 Gandalfs just gets pitched for this jerk. So we actually have 8 here. So what did I say we're at? 8. We were at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that leaves... Do we do Faramir? 8. What did I say? 14. So 6 left. Faramir gets us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. Yeah, let's do Faramir just so we can keep pushing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That brings us to 19 minus 8, 11. Okay. Which this is complete now because there is only +4 for each enemy. It's only 8. So we actually advance this one. When revealed, set Goblin Chieftain aside. Put Cracked Pillar into the staging area. And remember, Cracked Pillar is the one that's, we can attack it. It has like 2 defense equal to its threat. And to travel there, we have to remove 4 damage from it. Okay, so we got to break the pillar, the Cracked Pillar. And forced, now we reveal an additional counter card every quest phase going forward while this is there. Progress cannot be placed on Cracked Pillar while it's in the staging area. After Cracked Pillar leaves play as an explored location, advance to stage 4A. Okay. So travel, we can't travel there because we need to get rid of 4 damage from it. We can't. Engagement. Okay, this guy is just attacking for 1. Oh, I might as well defend for 4. You never know. Oh, add Stalking Goblin to the staging area. A little bugger showed up after all. Okay. And then I don't have Foham or anything. I don't need to crush this guy. Is there any reason someone has to kill somebody? Nope. All right, we'll just kill with this guy. Boom. Hit him for 4. He's gone. All right, ready up. Okay, threat goes up 42. Draw. Ooh, Pillars of the Kings. Money. Did I forget Steward of Gondor last turn? Probably, right? Did somebody yell at me? I'm sorry. That's so bad. I haven't played with it in so long that I forget it's even a thing. And even though I play this deck now 5 full games, I forget what Steward of Gondor does. Did one of your allies die that time? No. Heather says, I didn't realize you could play this solo. Yeah, this is a very popular solo game. This game at the start of, in March 2020, when COVID lockdown started happening, this game saw a huge resurgence. There was a few like major like tech and video game and websites and stuff that started mentioning this as a thing people need to look into and play. So it got like an extra resurgence. Packs started selling out. Core sets were hard to find. And that was like, then they did the whole revised core set thing, but it was like way too late. They should have had like, they should have jumped on as fast as they could. But yeah, this game was one of the games that saw a huge boost. Same with Arkham, Arkham Horror, the card game. all the cooperative LCGs are like very soloable and are very popular among the solo communities. But yeah, this one's tough at solo, but still definitely playable, as we've shown. And all the starter decks so far are definitely workable in solo for sure, as we've been testing. We'll find out on Wednesday if they all are, but yeah. Okay. I mean, I've never done it, but we could attach a sword on this guy. He only has one restricted attachment. Okay. So we've made Voltron Malblung. I thought like they're having a competition here between Boromir and Moblung, are trying to see who can get the most attachments, and Moblung's in the lead now. Okay, so he's got a shield, he's got a sword, he's got a Secret of Leadership boon, he's got a Steward of Gondor title. Man, he's rolling. I should have gave him the Cave Torch. Man, we could have really been doing things. Okay, that's all I'm doing. I'm just saving money, I guess. Poor me. Okay. Travel can't. Oh, sorry, questing. Whoa, I just skipped some phases. Okay, let's do quest. All right. Revealing 2 cards. Crumbling Stairs for 3 threat in the staging area. And while it's in the staging area, progress cannot be placed on it. It's an underground, not a dark, so we can't use Cave Torch anyway. Branching Paths. While Branching Paths is in the staging area, each dark location gets +1 threat. This is the only dark location. So in here we have 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we quested with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15. 15. We don't care about progress on the quest. It doesn't matter. It's all about this. So 6 going on here anyway, I guess. I don't know if we need to ever use it, but I'm not going to use Faramir, of course. Okay, travel. I want the travel spot to be open for this next round. So I might not travel, but what I think I'm going to do this could be risky, but we have a whole bunch of stuff ready. I'm going to try this. It's a little risky, a little like, you know, try to clear some things up though. I'm going to travel here, but then in the action in the travel phase, I'm going to use the Cave Torch to put 3 on this location. Okay. When I exhaust the Cave Torch, I look at the top card. If it's an enemy, add it to the staging area. If not, I discard it. It's Lightless Passions discarded. This one, I'm going to look at the top 3 cards in the encounter deck, choose 1 to reveal, move the other 2 to the bottom deck in any order. Okay, we got a Cavern Warg. We have a Branching Paths. What's this one? Each player must exhaust a character to discard the top card of their deck if able. I mean, I would just exhaust Faramir probably. Yeah, I think I do this, and then I discard the top card of my deck. If it has a higher cost than what Faramir has left, he's gone. Maybe I don't do that. It's risky. I would like to do it with this guy, but you know what? Maybe I'll just do it with this guy. Because if he leaves play, who cares? We get money. Yeah, let's do that. That's fine. Okay, I'll put these on the bottom like so. Each player must exhaust a character and discard the top card of their deck. So exhaust this guy. Top card is 2. So this guy's exhausted. When he leaves play, we'll add a resource to Gondor Heroes resource pool. Okay. All right. Easy peasy. Engagement. This guy will engage. We get a money. We also find a Goblin Sniper. Add him to the staging area. Shuffle up the cards that I just put on the bottom. Damn it. Not that it matters that much, but it's fine. Okay. Card. Okay, he's attacking for 2. We will just defend with Defender of Ramas. Cancel all combat damage dealt to attacking enemy this round. Okay. So we can't even attack him. This guy we can't fight. He's going to add a damage to somebody. Just to be a troll, we'll put it on our super versions of Envoy of Peligreer to trigger some people watching. Okay. And then we will ready up. Okay. Going to 43 threat. Draw. Defender of Ramas. Money. Money. And money. Sure. I mean, like, yeah, we kind of broke it. Okay, questing. Let's... Oh, we forgot to attack the cracked pillar. We forgot. We'll just say a couple of our heroes did, which they attack for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, sorry, I forgot about that part of it. So sorry, we did 7 damage to the cracked pillar. I know they weren't exhausted, so they definitely could have attacked. I just forgot. I usually move it down when I'm not playing on camera. I move this down and engage with it, just so I remember that I can attack it, and it's got 2 defense. Okay. So, questing. Right now there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the staging area. So let's just do the same old. Okay, just these guys here. Actually, what is going to happen next? Yeah, we're good. Let's just go nuts. No, let's not. Let's just go this nuts. Okay. Reveal 2 cards. When revealed, each player must exhaust a character. Oh man. Okay. Let's exhaust one of these guys. Top card. Oh, it only costs 1, so we don't get rid of this guy. Okay. And the second card is a Cavern Warg. Okay, so we have 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in there. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Yeah, that's enough. We don't care. So we're just going to add there. Travel. We'll get rid of 4 damage off this. To travel there. I don't know. We don't need damage on anymore. It's fine. I guess unless it goes back to the staging area. So we have 7 on it. So it should have, I think, 3 left. I don't remember. We should put some on it though. Because I don't think there is stuff that switches it, but you never know. Okay. Engagement. Okay, let's defend. Defender of Vermos defending here. Nothing blocks it. Defender of Vermos defending here. Nothing blocks it. Then we just need 5 to kill this guy. Boom. We need 4 to kill this guy. Boom. Nothing else. Take a damage from this guy. Envoy Peligreer. Ready up. Oh, I forgot the Steward of Gondor again, didn't I? Whoopsie. 44. Draw. Money. Yeah, this is kind of busted when you see Steward of Gondor. Holy crap. Like first turn. Okay, we found a Peligreer ship captain. Sure. Why not? Yeah, this is all silly. This is very silly. I mean, I might as well play this. No. I mean, you never know. But no, I'll wait. It's fine. All right. Questing. Reveal 2. Deal 2 damage to a character you control. We'll put one on the Citadel Custodian. Okay, what's this? Oh, another Goblin Dungeon. Oh, good. We might be able to get allies into play from it. That's really what we need. Huh? Okay. So we have in the staging area 6, 7, 8. And we quested with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I said 8, so 7. So 2 goes here, gets rid of this. And a whole bunch goes here. Either way, once it's gone, we progress. When revealed, add Goblin Chieftain to the staging area. Done. This is our final stage. While there are at least 8 progress tokens on this stage, Goblin Chieftain loses the text that says cannot take damage. This stage cannot be defeated while Goblin Chieftain is in play. When this stage is defeated, the heroes rescue the captives, fulfilling their oaths, and the players win the game. Okay? And remember, this guy has the whole text where X is a stage number of the quest. So we're in stage 4. These are all 4s. He cannot have attachments, cannot take damage. And after he attacks, either remove X progress from the quest or return it to the staging area. So to keep him in front of you to actually hit him, you need to spend points from the quest that you've progressed. But if it drops it below 8, then he can't take damage. So there's this thing we have to like really put a lot of progress points on here. That's the plan. So we got to go quest crazy before we can even like fight this guy. Okay, so that was questing. Travel. Yeah, let's do it. Or let's not. Let's just do crumbling stairs. No, I think it's funnier to do this one. But one, so we got to reveal the top card of the encounter deck to travel there. It's a Goblin Tunnels. So every time a Goblin's revealed, well, this is in the staging area, we remove 1 progress from the current quest. So that's kind of sucky. But we'll see. Okay. So that was travel. Engagement. This guy engages us. We're definitely above 40. This guy gets money that he desperately needs. Okay. So we can't damage him unless we have 8 progress here, so that's not going to happen anyway. We just have to defend a 4 attack. So let's just throw Defender Ramos in there, see what happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. He goes back. And this guy shoots somebody. So we'll just shoot another Custodian. Yeah. All right. Ready up. Okay. Already. Threat goes up to 45. Draw. Faramir. Money. 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 Steward of Gondor, because, you know, we need it. So dumb. All right. Well, we probably don't need to, but I'm going to do it anyway. We'll just spend 4. Yeah. We'll just spend 4 money to set your threat to 40. If this effect raise your threat, draw a card. It did not. So we'll just drop us down to 40. We still have all our abilities on, but now we don't have to worry in case there are cards that raise your threat. I just, you know, rather have the buffer. It's just sitting in our hand. I don't want to forget about it. It's fine. Besides, what else are we doing? Okay. And questing. So in here we have 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We want to hit this 5 maybe. So we need like 16 plus, whatever's coming off the deck. And we want to get 8 on, like, man, we want to do so many things. So I say we just go ham with our allies who can do some good questing. This guy doesn't exhaust. Yeah, let's just do it like this. Yeah, let's just, why not? Let's just go crazy. So the only ones that aren't questing right now are 2 Defender Vermoss. This guy quests and he doesn't have to exhaust. This guy can help us out way better than him questing himself. And Boromir, he just likes leaning against the pillar there and watching. He doesn't really do anything. He just kind of just watches. So he's playing that role. He's got the cave torch, just kind of watching from outside. That's what he does. Because I don't want him to die, you know. We got to keep Boromir alive because I want to be as thematic as possible. So Boromir has to be like surviving, right? Okay. Anyways, like one does not simply, you know, put Boromir in the quest. Okay. So let's just reveal a card. Collapsed Mine, adding, oh, you son of a bee. So this one says, while it's in the staging area, no more than 4 progress can be placed on the quest each round. That's annoying. Damn it. I don't know if I'll even be able to place 4 on there right now, but now we got to get rid of that. It is a dark location. We could do the torch to help put 3 on this and then get rid of it next round. Okay, anyways. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 19, 22, 25, 25, and I said 13, 15, I said 15. No, 13. Yep. So we're 12 over. So we don't even need to use Faramir. We get rid of this. We'll do the effect on in a second. We know we can only put 4 here. So let's just put 4 here. Top 5 cards. Hey, Sajat. Let's put it. Oh, look what ally we could put into play. It's literally, oh, that or an Aaron Rider. So we could put one into play for free. I mean, I like to use him for threat reduction, but we're at that magical 40. I don't really want to go below it. We don't need to. I can't damage this guy yet, unfortunately. If this didn't show up to prevent us from putting enough on there, there's a play with Faramir where we buff this up so much. This guy comes in, damages him for 4. We literally just have to do 1 damage to him, and then we could use our once per... Oh, no, we don't have that one to do damage. Never mind, never mind. Yeah, let's just put Gandalf in. That's fine. And we'll just kill the Goblin Sniper. Like, just get him out. Get him out. Oh, we're like really low on our deck too. I mean, we could have drawn, but I think we're okay. Okay. So Gandalf comes in, takes out a Goblin Sniper, just like that. Go away, Sajat. Go away with your trolling comments of painting miniatures, trying to get me to rant and go off. Not happening. All I will say to that, my friend, is I will take a game with beautiful art on cards 100 out of 100 times, 100% of the time, 10 out of 10. I would choose a card game with beautiful art and graphic design over a miniature-filled board game any day. That's just personally me. That's my taste. Yep. Yep. All day, every day. All day, every day. Actually, maybe not 100 out of 100. There is Game of Thrones, the board game, 2nd edition. Still love to this day. doesn't technically have miniatures, and they're not painted or anything, but it does have those little like meeples in it. But it does have lots of card play and no like randomness if you don't want, like no dice rolling and stuff. I mean, there is randomness, you know, but like very minimal, and you can leave it out of the game if you want. But yeah, so that game, it doesn't have miniatures, so I guess that's not relevant, but you know what I mean. I choose that over a game full of miniatures, I guess. All right, let's do this. Speaking of game full of miniatures, looking forward to playing Imperial Assault in a few hours. Hopefully we can end this soon so I can go chill and set up the basement and get ready for that stream. Okay. We are dealing damage. We did that. Gandalf came into play. That was on questing. Traveling. So let's travel to this one so it's not in the staging area, so we can put more quest points on there. Engagement. This guy is definitely engaging us. That will give an extra money here. We still can't damage him. So we'll just, I guess, defend for 4 here. Like, if this attack destroys a character, return attacking enemy to the staging area after this attack. Well, it doesn't destroy anybody. He goes back anyway. That's fine. He blocks it. And that's that. Let's ready up. I mean, do I ready up or do I just say that I'm questing with all these guys again? And yeah, I'll just leave those like that for now. Go to 41. Draw. Visionary leadership, useless. Right now. We'll go like this. Okay. Nothing to play. Okay, questing. Quest with all of these. And these guys. I think. Yep. Think we can get them. Maybe I'll leave this guy out. I don't know. Yeah, we'll leave that guy out. Okay. Draw. Oh, it's the Goblin Troop. Hello. Adding 3 threat to the staging area. 35. Oh, man. Okay. They're going to give this guy extra attack. And extra defense. Oh, boy. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's fun. Okay. So 3, 4, 5. This guy's 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 19. Faramir is going to do his effect. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I forgot this guy. So 28 plus another 4. 32. 32, 32, 32. And what do we have in here again? 7, 12. 12. So 20 progress. 6 goes here. And 14 goes there. I'm doing this right. I may have messed up my math there at some point, but you get the idea. What did I say? 16 goes there? Or 14? At 20 minus 6, 14 goes there. So like this, right? Hey, Matthew, how's it going? Okay. Travel. Oh, I forgot. After a goblin entered play, that would have removed 1. So we should actually be there. I will travel to this one. They will engage. This guy will get another money. Perfect. Just what he needs. Shadow, shadow. Okay, let's see what we got in hand here. Any trickery? Any fun big plays? No, not really. Although, we could ready a character and give +1 defense. So we could ready this guy, and he has 4. He would have 5 defense. This guy's attacking for 4. This guy's attacking for 5. But, I mean, we're okay if we lose some defenders here, I feel. We still can just ready him anyway. Okay, let's defend first one. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Oh, another great cave troll. So this guy would go back, but I'm going to spend 4 to keep him engaged with us. This guy's attacking for 5. I mean, does it matter? No, not really. Let's defend for 4. He's probably going to die. Deal 1 damage to the defending character. Oh, that guy's just gone. Okay. So that means I have to put 5 damage on somebody because it's now undefended. And it has to be a hero. Well, I got too cocky, and that's gonna be this guy dead. I think, yeah. Actually, who hits the most? Let me think this through. We can ready this guy, and this guy hits for 2. We just need to hit through here for how much? This guy's defending. Hold on, let me count. So this guy's giving this guy a +1 on the defense. So we need to do 8, 13 damage here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, we got it. Okay. So we'll just let Moblung die. It's fine. He's got all the money, all the attachments, everything's gone. Moblung, you rock, buddy. You rock. Okay, Moblung's dead. All right. Then, we're just going to fight this guy, and we'll attack with... This guy's got 3, 4, 5 with his sword, because we're above 40. 5. This guy's attacking for 3, 4, 5, so that's 10. And then my favorite little buddy, who's going to do the finishing blow here. We're at 40 or higher threat. He gets +2 attack. Plus he's got 1 extra from Boromir. So he's got 4. So 14. This guy's defending for 5, brings down to 9. So he takes 9 damage, and he only has 8 health. And we have 8 here at least, so he doesn't have anything preventing him from taking damage. So he is dead. And it cannot be defeated while he's in play. When it's defeated, we win. So we definitely have more than 8. The Goblin Chieftain's gone. We don't even need to fight this guy. We also could have just fainted and our hero would have lived, but I just thought it was funnier to just do it that way. But yeah, we totally had it. Oh, we totally had it. But yeah, that was crazy. Didn't even need to use this to lower threat like I thought I might, and I have had to use it in other games to lower threat. Gandalf definitely coming in clutch. Not really clutch, but his threat reduction wasn't needed either. So yeah, just seeing Steward of Gondor and Visionary Leadership to start, that just speeds up this deck and just makes it rock solid. Like, yeah, it's just like kind of silly. But if you don't see them, trust me, Steward of Gondor, without it, it's a little rough, but not that bad. It's fine, especially if you remember Moblung's ability. But the Visionary Leadership, that's the key. Like, if you don't see this card, I'm telling you, you'll be sitting there on the first quest for like ever. It just feels rough. Like you need that extra little bump of willpower in all your Gondor guys. Because it's all characters, even your heroes. So I just find you kind of need it. And yeah. Anyways, yeah, that was the Gondor deck. I don't know. Like we could look through the other heroes and stuff, but I don't know when or if we'll play this one and when we'll play this one. But I mean, again, you could get some lore going. You could get some more tactics stuff in here. You could make it a heavier tactics deck. Baragon, one of my favorite heroes in the game. I am shocked that this guy doesn't exist in the default deck. If anyone screams Defender of Gondor to me, it's this guy. Baragon is like 4 defense, 4 health. He makes weapons and, you know, armor cheaper. So, like, he's just screaming to throw on some, you know, Gondorian shield attachment. You know, this is like made for him, right? Throw it on there, he gets 2 more defense. This guy literally defending for 6 every round. Like, who's getting through that? Like, and he's got 4 health to back him up. So it's like crazy, crazy cool combo. I like that guy a lot. He just screams Defender to me. So I'm surprised he wasn't in there like default, but at least they give you a copy in the pack. And Faramir, Hero Faramir is all good. But then you have to take out the Leadership Faramir because you can't have both on the table at the same time. So you lose that kind of additional questing power. But then you get to play with the trap stuff, which I have played a full trap deck like 7 years ago. And I love making a Gondor Ranger, like our Ranger trap deck. And you're like trapping guys in the staging area and like minimizing their you know, effectiveness. And then, you know, you're getting this Ranger plus 1 attack on this guy for every enemy in the staging area. So it's really kind of neat. But he's ranged, and when you're playing true solo, like the range doesn't really help you, but he's good on a multiplayer game where you're able to, or playing two-handed where you can use the range to kind of, and his extra attack to kind of play like that Legolas Archer kind of role, kind of, you know, taking out enemies all over the board, which is fun. But yeah, this pack's really cool. I love a lot of these cards in here. I played with a lot of them early days of the game, many years ago. Ranger Spikes, Athelian Pit, you know, and you know, definitely played with Boromir before. I love Boromir. Gondorian Shield, you know, the Envoy of Peligreer, the Defender of Ramas, like, you know, great cards in here, some good stuff. Even some good stuff in here from the core set to kind of make it a solid deck. You know, it's good stuff. Definitely good stuff. Definitely cool. Definitely feels different from the other 2 decks. Like, they've done a good job, but like all the themes kind of feeling a little different and giving you the tools you need for the core aspects of the game. And doing a good job making sure you have the tools you need to succeed are all here. Yeah, which is neat. Awesome job. I like the deck. I mean, again, could use another copy of Steward of Gondor, could use another Gandalf. Other than that, man, the deck is like pretty solid otherwise. Assuming you see Visionary Leadership fairly early. And if you don't, hopefully you see your draw. And if you don't see your draw, then like, because you only have the 3 copies of the 1 weapon. So even the foe hammers, they don't do anything until you get that weapon. So like there can be situations where it's like the draw from the deck's not really going and you're missing some of the pieces. So I have played this where it kind of like took way too long and I threaded out and it kind of fell flat. But it could be my fault from decisions. And I think it was only like the 2nd game I played with the deck and was trying to figure it out. And it was against this scenario we just played. And this scenario can just like fire off. Like it can just come out like guns blazing and like really smash you around if you see some big enemies plop on the board early and you're having trouble getting going. This scenario can, like with the locations and the enemies that can show up sometimes like early. Yeah, this quest can be rough, but yeah, you just hope that your deck doesn't crap on you the same time that the scenario craps on you in the same game, but it can happen. Oh. Yeah, Billy, that's exactly what I was saying earlier. I got greedy with the threat increase in this deck too, and that's why I lost that one, because I was holding off for a while on playing the one that drops me back down to 40. I had it in my hand. I was 1 shot on the money. If I just remembered Moblung, I probably could have done it. I probably would have crushed it. But I did forget this trigger multiple times in the game, which was my own fault. And I thought, if I just last 1 more round, but then I drew the card that like attaches to the hero and raises the threat by 2 at the end of the round, and I had no way of getting rid of it. I didn't have 2 resources to take the action to get it off. So it just threaded me out because I was at 48, I think, at the time. And I thought I could go to 49, drop down to 40 the next round, and we'd be good. But I pushed it. I got greedy, just like you're saying. So yeah, as long as you're smart with it and kind of, you know, but I do like the way it takes that aspect of the game. So the other 2 decks, I wasn't really looking at my threat meter too much. I didn't really care. But this one, it's got that fun aspect. So it's like a new player kind of gets the idea of like, so in the first deck, you got the elves jumping in and out of play. It's kind of fun. You know, the dwarves, the whole delving, you know, like basically drawing out your deck and filling up your discard pile and then cycling stuff out of your discard pile, like that's always fun, unless you're in a competitive game and your opponent's doing it to you. But this one was really neat with like the defense and like yeah, what was I gonna say? The threat of 40, that whole idea of going above it and below it and dancing around it. It's a cool thing. So like every starter deck so far has had like something cool, and I keep looking at it like from trying to put myself in the new player's shoes, right? Because it's still early in the second re-release wave, second life of this game. And I think they've done a good job on like with the new players, like giving them cool experiences so far. So yeah, so did a good job on this one. Yeah, that actually went way better than I expected it to, that second scenario, just because we drew into Visionary Leadership and Steward of Gondor. I thought we'd be playing that one twice at least. I thought we'd be tweaking the deck and trying it again. And I would have grabbed another copy of Steward of Gondor out of my card pool and put it in, and another Gandalf, and taken out a couple cards, and I would have tried it again with that, just to see. But yeah, remembering Moblung's ability is very important. Then Steward of Gondor, it doesn't have as much relevance. And you saw, I probably even forgot Steward of Gondor to trigger there a few times, just because it was like getting disgusting. Kate says, I'm glad these decks are working well so far. Yeah, like the pre-cons are fun. It just, you know, takes a couple plays to kind of realize the combos and what you're trying to do. Yeah, it's definitely fun. Like I said, I would love to tweak a couple of these and like try the challenge of taking, you know, playing with like Mel or something, you know, trying 2-player where we take 2 of them, you know, each player just takes the decks, you know, kind of like Arkham LCG starter decks, go into your corner, pick your heroes out of what you have in the pack, don't touch the core set, and just take 2 decks, kind of tweak them, and then play them together and see how they go through the revised core set campaign, and just have some fun seeing how that works. Like, I don't know how much synergy there are between any of the decks, but they definitely are solid on their own, as we're seeing. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, it's definitely fun to play. No, Greg, yeah, it's definitely fun to play. I'm enjoying this series. I'm enjoying playing Lord of the Rings Living Card Game again on the channel. It's fun. You know, it's kind of like this game that's like in my DNA in modern gaming. It was one of the first games I got into many years ago. And I'm glad I'm still playing. I'm glad I'm getting opportunities to still play it and have fun playing with you guys again. It's something I wish I did many years ago more often, and I chose not to. But yeah, I'm glad I'm getting this chance to play this game again. It's great. I love it. And yeah, hopefully we play the Agmar Awaken campaign, you know, in a couple months. And yeah, it should be good, or less. We'll see. And yeah, I hope they keep re-releasing product, and I hope that they re-release some of the campaigns I never bought the first time around after I stopped collecting. So I'm still hoping I can get a pretty good collection of the game. Like, I'm excited to see some new cards that I never played with before, and some new encounters I've never played. It's cool that I stopped buying it when I did. I was always sad that I never completed the whole thing and stopped playing it for years. But now it's the second chance has come around, and it's like, it's fun. So I'm happy. I am happy. Bryce says, I'm tired of Mirkwood, but this makes me want to play LOTR. I've been playing a lot of champions lately. Yeah, so I'm playing the Dark of Mirkwood over and over again. I'm still having fun doing it though. Like, I thought I would get bored of those 2 scenarios and hate it. But the first one, I can usually beat it pretty quick, so it's not that torturous. But it's just a good warm-up for the deck. It's a good warm-up for me on stream to play that first scenario, and it's a new player scenario, so it's like good to learn. And that might help somebody who finds the starter deck and has that Mirkwood as their pack because they couldn't find a revised core set or something weird, like, you know, or they're just playing it and they want to see how it works. You know, it's also like to show off that too. Because again, I'm playing them all in order here, but maybe somebody just finds these videos, like, you know, they only could find the Riders of Rohan. They Google, they go on YouTube and they're trying to see a playthrough of it. And my playthrough maybe is one of the ones they find. I want to show them that Dark of Mirkwood pack as a definite purchase, something you can test your deck against. And it's quicker and easier to play a couple scenarios of varying difficulty than it is to get out the revised core set and try to, you know, set up 3 different scenarios and go through them. Like, you can easily plow through these 2 scenarios in one sit down, and you get a good testing of your deck, especially in that second scenario, right? which I know in the revised core set, the first, second, and third scenario, like excellent tests of the deck, especially the second one. But this is just something different. And if somebody's already played the revised core set a bunch, I just feel like that's one that gets covered a lot. And I've played a lot over the years, like especially back in the day. This Dark of Mirkwood is still new to me, and it's fun to just play it over and over. I get kind of bored playing the revised core set scenarios because I've played those back in the day. I've played them over and over again, teaching players the game many years ago. So this is fun to play this over and over again. And also it keeps it similar enough too, and I can stream it all in one stream to test out each starter deck pre-constructed against the same scenario again and again to kind of see how it fares, right? It's not scientific or anything, but it's like, you know, just to want to test the deck. I'd rather focus on the deck and making sure I'm trying to figure out and play and show off the deck right. So if I keep playing the same scenarios over and over again, those become kind of background noise to me, and it's less to keep track of, less surprises, less mess ups I can do for the encounter cards and stuff. So it just helps me streaming so I can, you know, use some of my mental energy on the streaming too, and not so much on keeping the game straight. So I guess I meant the campaign, Anduin and Dol Guldur. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to get out of here. I need to clean this up. I need to set up for Star Wars Imperial Assault episode tonight, which I believe is our second to last episode. I don't think it's our finale yet. I believe that'll be next week. But I got to go clean up and set up for that. Hopefully Kyle is coming tonight, or I'll be moving that stream to a different night. I need to check. I don't have my phone near me to find out. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Thanks for the support. Thanks for hanging out. If you're looking for more Lord of the Rings LCG, subscribe, hit the notification bell, or check out the playlist links in the video description. We got more videos coming, more videos in the past that you can watch. And we play all the LCGs on the channel every now and then. So, you know, feel free to hang out and join us in a live stream in the future and have a good time. Thank you everyone that watched and hung out today. Much appreciated. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next stream. Bye-bye.